I'm hoping that I'll be somebody one day. Not just a lost cause halfway house. I want a big green lawn that goes on. And a family that loves me, yeah, that would be so sweet. Lemonade in the shade and cold brew iced tea, yeah, I can picture it now. I'm gonna make it somehow, I'm gonna make it somehow. I wasted too much time trying to be myself and trying to be like everybody else, cause I thought what I wanted was be wanted by the wrong crap. That part of town, going nowhere, hellbound, chained to the same lame brain, wanna be daydream. Just a loser with a bad scheme, yeah, but that's all in the past now. I'm going fast now, going fast now. I've been knocked down, kicked around, losing my footing all over town. Fell flat on my face right into the ground. I've been lost all my life, but I finally found out of the storm and into the clouds. I'm homeward bound, I was lost and found.
I was asleep. People phoned me.
I'm hoping that I'll be somebody one day. Not just a lost cause, nowhere in town. I want a great big house with a loving spouse and kids that really love me, yeah, that would be so sweet. Lemonade in the shade and cold brew iced tea, yeah, I can picture it now. I'm gonna make it somehow, I'm gonna make it somehow. I've been knocked down, kicked around, losing my footing all over town. Fell flat on my face right into the ground. I've been lost all my life, but I finally found out of the storm and into the clouds. I'm homeward bound, I was lost and found. I've been knocked down, kicked around, losing my footing all over town. Fell flat on my face right into the ground. I've been lost all my life, but I finally found out of the storm and into the clouds. I'm homeward bound, I was lost and found.
Seven colors in your hair, get your boots on gear, cause we're going out there, don't care about the dress code, put it on, let's go, girls go wild, cause we're going out fresco, ha, no need to perform, hands on our bodies gonna keep us feels warm, we need social reform, cause we're just so criminal, linguist subliminal, damage is minimal, top percent our largest fraction, massive attraction, girl action, stop that, I'm gonna need a reaction, drop that, you already got your reaction, me, I'm gonna keep on smiling, you're gonna need restyling, I got a quote back from the jeweler, you're getting 20% cooler.
I'm fucking Belgian. Sorry, bro. Damn.
Reduce that triple designator and I don't think they're on my level like a rebel in a bunker getting shot with a mortar. Bump up and down cause I think you're order. Place your hand on my thigh, don't be coy, I can hear you sigh. Grounding your hips, I'll be flashing my pink and in 10 seconds flat, you'll be back with a drink. Whoa! Bring out the Bacardi! Swirl that sparkle up in the party. cooler like 20%. Yeah, only speed. You can call me the king or the ruler, filling on bass, getting hoarse in the mic. We're getting 20% cooler. We had a great day out, calling my name like Ferris Bueller. It's time to wrap this up. We're getting 20% cooler. 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 Yeah, only speed. You can call me the king or the ruler, filling on bass, getting hoarse in the mic. We're getting 20% cooler. We had a great day out, calling my name like Ferris Bueller. It's time to wrap this up. We're getting 20% cooler.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Holy crap. I was having a nice dream and everything. It was good. It was fine. My fucking phone woke me up. Bro, I don't think that's ever happened before. I woke up to so many messages. Beckett, wake up. Beckett. Guys, okay, firstly, Alex with a member of 1 month at Coping. Let's go, buddy. Kai Rise with the 5. Arise, Beckett. There is work to be done. So true. Guys, my goals aren't working. I am really, really, really sorry. Goals don't work tonight. I don't know why. I can't set them or anything. It's very sad. So I'm gonna have to give out stickers completely arbitrary. If you send a super chat and it makes me laugh, that's what we'll get stickers for. That's how we'll do stickers tonight. Beckett, what does what fan don't? What Bronyfandont? Jesus. Fuck, guys, listen, I'm too tired for wordplay. It's too early in the day. Miss Maddie Moo with the 5. Hi, Beckett. Hi, Maddie Moo. Okay, guys. Okay. Fuck. What the fuck is going on? Okay, Fandont's been crashing out like all day. It's been fucking wild. Again, people have been messaging me about this. It's been one of those really weird days. Now, that's not what I want to show first. Hold on. Is this what I want to show first? Yes, this is what I want to show first. Okay, this one I want to show first. Okay. That's gonna be a shit show. Okay, so Fandont went live. Now we're gonna get to this. I've got to explain how we got here. Like, God, it's like looking into like the mind, like the mind of madness. If H.P. Lovecraft was alive, he would write a story about Bonk, and Bonk would call him a racist. Okay. Wake up, Ginger. We got a pony to laugh at. So true, CDI. Thank you for the 2. Much appreciated. Bonk went live. I can't believe this. What is this? Bro. Somebody tweeted that, is that Dr. Random McCam? And like, that is so accurate. I was talking about Random McCam recently, after realizing that he was still alive. Bonk is like a larval form of Dr. Random McCam. How has this happened? What the fuck is going on? They'd get on really well. Random McCam likes, well, you know, Random McCam's like a crazy fucking libertarian racist, but like other than that, like, Random McCam loves puppets. I'm sure Bonk could get in with the puppets. I'm sure he'd be well down for that. Like, who is Dr. Random McCam? Random McCam is like an ancient skeptic, like right-wing bro. He's part of the manosphere. That's probably a way to put him. 5 months of pain. How are you doing, Crabman? Thank you, Spot Welder. Thank you for the 5 months. I'm good. I'm sleepy. I'm good. Glitchy Bets with the 10. Love that beginning of the stream. Had a Brony song playing. Hi, Beckett. Hope you're all doing well. I am doing well. Hope you're doing well. Sister Godiva, member for 10 months. Great dog just stopped barking at Malk Lyo pick and diss. I don't know what that means, but welcome in. Thank you for the 10 months. Madish with the 2. Clark Kent to Dr. Random McCam's Superman. Dude, I totally see it. Now look, we're going to get to that, but we're going to get to this. I'm stunned. He like, dude, you barely ever go live. You could have put a suit on or something. I knew that he wear this. It's covered in buttons, guys. This hat is covered in buttons. It's like mid 2000s fucking nerd chic. I don't even know what this is. Read the super chat, Beckett. You missed it. Fuck, did I miss it? Damn it. Oh, hi, I'm Beckett, and welcome to Now Recording. Thank you, Kai Rice. Fuck, it's always Kai Rice. Every time. Okay, so I just look at this. This is at least he's shaved. I think the most shocking thing about Fandont is he actually seems to slightly groom his beard and literally nothing else. I mean, it's not great. How long do you think it took him to grow it? Bro, this is so, yes, this is Fandont. This is the Brony. This isn't the first time he's posted a picture of himself. There is a picture on his, I think it's with Blue Sky, of the side of his face. So I do actually, like, know this is him. I'm not like, it's not like, oh, this is what he looks like. He's shown his face before. Turn on the camera. It's only fair since Bonkers on camera. Dude, I have just dragged myself out of bed and I am like wrapped in a blanket. I look worse than he does. Actually, no, I don't. I look adorable. Fuck you. My past self from a few seconds ago. Right, okay. Okay. Let's talk about how we got here. Because recently, Black Griffin was involved in a project with Andrew McCarthy. Immense planning and technical precision was required for this absolutely preposterous but real view. I captured my friend, at Black Griffin, transitioning the sun during a skydive. This might be the first photo of its kind in existence. See a video of this moment in the reply. This is like quite big and massively impressive. It's got a fair amount of attention. It is completely outside the Brony community. It's a whole new world for. Well, look, I've spoken about this before. Black Griffin is a total fucking nerd, dude. Like, this guy is like a science nerd. So it's not a great surprise that he was involved in this. And I've said before that he enjoys flying planes and doing all this kind of shit. So yeah, he's just out here living his life. Now, as you imagine, Fandont was not particularly happy to hear this news. It's like in the last month, Black Griffin has released a song which is doing far better than any of the actual music from the show. Frankly, I've actually ended up getting bombarded with Has Been Hotel stuff on my feed, and it's mixed at best. A lot of people are not happy. The current controversy is over what they've done with Lucifer in the show. Like, apparently Lucifer can't do anything to the sinners. That's my understanding. What the fuck are they doing? Why is the writing on Has Been Hotel? It is all over the fucking place, bro. So, Black Griffin releases a new song. The backstory he's giving Alistair seems to be more warmly received, shall we say, than some of the official stuff. And I have to admit, it must be hard to be Bronyfandont and watching just the person you hate do so fucking well. Just so well. So I can't believe he streamed this. As you might imagine, Fandont has been in the replies of tons of this, just posting the Black Griffin document. Look, this is desperate. This is so desperate. It's just... Look at the document. Look, random person, look at the document. Read the document. Please read the document. Oh my god, we need to read the document. The document's here. Bro, this is unbelievable. This is actually fucking wild. Bonk looks nothing like Helena Hyena IRL. Dude, he doesn't even dress like his OC. At least I wear a, like, purple hoodie. Thank you, Maddie Moo with the 2. Duck with the 5. Hot chocolate obtained. Let hijinks ensue. So true. Much appreciated. So, dude, it just goes on like this. It just goes on like this. And this is after Fandont's done his big Q&A session, which he was like, I know, anyone can ask me any questions. This did not go well for him, okay? It's a mixture of trolling, and we're going to have a look at one of the threads, which is crazy, actually. Bro. Like what you're responding to. It seems to have got no attention at all, either. Like, I don't... This must be agony for him. Bro, no wonder Bro's losing his mind. I mean, I'd crash out. Now, we did have this. This is interesting. The war is over, but not the way you seem to believe. I want the random people seeing this sun picture to know what they're actually seeing, but it in no way is saving Griffin from his consequences. That's already here. And the people who act like you will have no excuse. Never mind, you won't have any reflection. You're just openly someone who sucks ass. The disconnect between your worlds and a siphon icon is a kind of crazy... Spinal? Spinal? Is that spinal? I'm too tired to read today. But I also know of plenty of Nazi pony fans, so we don't live in sanity. Bro. I got here within the first 20 minutes, so I'm not missing anything. And yes, I'm still being driven crazy by the mice in my garage to the point where I had to get a trail camera to see how big they were. I'm telling you, man, you need to 3D print like a mousetrap, okay? Like the board game mousetrap, and film it and send it to me, because that sounds fucking hilarious. Please make that. Thank you, Grey Knight, for the 20. This is like the weirdest ongoing request I've got. I knew that Brony wasn't young, but I can't believe he is that old. Yeah, like he's in his like mid to late 20s, I believe. You gotta remember, I mean, he was a Brony fan back in the day. You know, it's from the beginning of the show. He's been going on a lot about Mayfair and stuff. It's, bro, there is a lot. Now, okay. So, obviously, he went back and forth. It's nice to see Cammy getting involved. Always like to see Cammy getting involved. Also, actually, for the 20, speaking of Cammy, why the fuck not? Please enjoy these stickers in a bowl. New Cammy animation. How fucking good is that? It's so cute. Dude. Okay. Anyway. There is one particular thread that is actually interesting, which is this one. This is one from Danny. They've been tweeting on some of my stuff as well. And they get deep with Fandom. This goes on and on. This is the closest I have seen to an actual outsider interrogating Fandom. And it's, you know, there is actually quite a lot of interesting stuff in here. So, ooh, do we do the video first, or do we do the question and answer session first? That's a lot of reading. Dude, I just want my food shots video, Crab Man. Dude, I've got. I was actually on Parry's today and talking to Parry, and he was like, "Please do the Twitch poll video. You want the video first? Q&A first? Dude." We'll do the video first. I want to see how badly this crash out has gone. Because I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I've seen bits of it. I haven't seen the full thing. Okay, so. Did you hear that? Did you know that Food Shop's changed her name? I know she's getting evicted. That's all I know. Okay. This is 14 minutes long. Fandom went live. Let's have a little watch. Fuck it. Let's go. Oh my god. Has he been crying? Look at those eyes. Has he been crying? Bro, I think he might actually have been crying. Why does he look exactly how I pictured, bro? Dude, he looks so sad. He does look sad. He just sat there in silence. Why would you click live? This is desperate. This is actually fucking gross. Now look, one thing that I will say is that Fandont's been teasing new information. Now, obviously, I'm in a bit of a privileged position because I know more than any of you do, and I know more than I've said publicly. Just straight up. So, when I say that I am there were always wild cards, right? But generally speaking, I'm pretty confident. Now, I've spoken with Falgi and I've spoken to other people, and there are some theories as to what Fandont maybe thinking could be coming, what could be occurring. But either way, there's because I know more than you and because I know more than Fandont, if it's one of three things that we've kind of thrown around as possible ideas, any one of them will be very, very funny if we're correct. Because it's something that if you don't have the full, they're things that if you don't have the full context to, you're like, this is a slam dunk, and then there's further context to them. Because again, part of the reason that I haven't done a Black Griffin video yet, it's like twofold. Firstly, it's not really necessary. Black Griffin is largely fine, other than a small community that really hates him, and those people are, generally speaking, kind of fucking insane anyway. And on the other side, it's because there are things that I couldn't include fully to take advantage of it. And I don't want to do things piecemeal. So with a Black Griffin video, certain things need to happen for me to be able to make a Black Griffin video. And so I'm in my head and I'm like, dude, would Fandont have found something that would answer a question and then or pose the question, then I could talk about it? That would be very funny if the reason that I actually end up being able to make a Black Griffin video is this information that Fandont has. So I mean, he seems very confident, but I'm sort of just sat here going, God, I really hope it's this one thing. But it is spawn camping. True. Buzzley, member for 1 month at Coping. Bronyfandont should have used the Cinderella. I don't know what that is, but I'm terrified to ask. Thank you for the 1 month. MLS with the $9.99. Now you have to tell all your secrets, Beckett. Listen, we'll get there, buddy. Thank you very much for the 10. Good to see you, bro. Thank you for all your help recently, by the way. That's been incredibly fucking based of you. Truski, with 9 months at Coping, YouTube won't let me say what I want to, so here's the 9 months. Thank you so much for 9 months. Okay. No, Cinderella? What? No, what? Okay. Yeah, you're scaring me. Ask Falgi, but I'm good, okay? Someone was sending me pictures of Falgi in a dress earlier. I'm fine.
This isn't gonna be like last live stream. I'm just waiting for.
What a way to... Guys, I just want to be clear. I am not going to kill myself in this live stream, okay? It's not that kind of live stream for anyone. Bro, what a way to fucking open. Good lord. I mean, the reason he's had to do this on YouTube is on Twitter is because he is banned on Twitch for fucking trying to stream his suicide. Holy fuck, that's so crazy.
People to actually be here to start talking.
Sure, let him roll in. I know how it is. Hey, listen, he's a professional, guys. He's a professional. He's got to let the people get in, get involved, get ready. Oh my god. I'm sorry, has this broken him so much that no one's responding to it, that he literally got his phone out and he was just like, yeah, I'll click go live. This is real. I can't believe he did that. Bro, Just invest in OBS. He said he was going to make a video taking down Enter. In fact, actually, one of the big things is like, Fandont keeps saying, show me where I've lied, show me where I've lied. And one lie that I haven't seen anyone point out to him is he said that Mr. Enter was like laughing, like making fun of his suicide attempt or something, which never fucking happened. Like, I do not know how this person I keep looking at the t-shirt as well. I can't imagine being an adult man and being caught in a t-shirt like that on a live stream about someone you think is a fucking pedophile. What the hell is going on? You did? Dude. Let me know if he ever responds to it. Kairai is with 2. Not gonna lie, he looks exactly like I thought. Bonk and Star Giant team up would be absolutely wild, man. I'm trying to get more people to watch Star Giant stuff. Bro, like, draw a picture. Hold up a sign. He looks so serious. I feel like I'm watching, like, you know when you've got a small child and they think that something's really serious and it's like, they stole my football or something and they've got to have like a sit down chat with the adults.
Navigate this.
How do I navigate this? This... You managed to do it before. Fucking hell. Oh my god.
Does anyone know if this saves? Is it just live and then it's gone? Or does it save?
What amazes me is he has a YouTube channel. Just make a bit. Dude, I don't know if I should be encouraging this, but like, I kind of want Bonk to become a content creator.
Because if it just is up, then I'll start talking. But if it's not, then I want to wait till people are actually here.
It's interesting as well because, like, he doesn't have anywhere near the pull that he used to. So he's kind of in a position where he can press the go live button now. And not many people are going to turn up. In fact, most of the people who are going to turn up are people like me and Falgi, right? Who are like, oh fuck, this is drama news. Not the people who are like, oh, we need to hear about the latest Black Griffin developments. Bonk treats allegations like a Smash Bros. DLC reveal. Dude, I'd watch that. The new victim enters. It's got like a fun animation. Take the hat off, Bonk, bro. Let's see that hairline. Do you think he's Tim Pooling it? What are those stickers? Hold on. I'm fascinated. Thank you, Maddie Moo, for the 5. Oh my god. Isn't... Well, look at all of this, and then Black Lives Matter. One of these things is not like the others. Oh my god, bro. You're an adult man. Oh, dude.
Does anyone know if the live stream saves? No? Okay, whatever.
Don't worry, it was
I'll just
definitely
start
going to be
talking anyways.
saved.
So, I don't know what to do anymore.
Evidently.
I don't know how to get people to stop all this. I know there are people with a lot more sway than I have that can end all this just like that.
So, okay. we're gonna theory craft a bit. We're gonna theory craft. Because it's one of a couple of things. Now, when he says sway, that would suggest like people with actual clout of some kind, which is like who? What's the name of the Jenny Nicholson? Jenny Nicholson, who like KP appealed to and was tweeting out some of the anti-Saberspark stuff. It could be like, oh, well, we need bigger creators to get involved to push back. Or maybe it's like, what if VizzyPop tweeted something out? But when you say sway, that's like a clout word, right? That's a clout word. That's not a kind of authorities or God, like Bonkers. You know, and another thing is Bonkers bitch so much about the police. It makes me kind of wonder. It makes me wonder whether somebody tried going to the police or something and then got laughed out the room. That would be, dude, that'd be a hell of a thing to read in the doc. Buck is wearing merch of a game by the guy who got falsely accused by Zoe Quinn. What did he mean by this? Wait, is that true? Wait, is that his merch? No fucking way. Thank you for the 5, Baron. I didn't know that. That's wild. James for the 5. Welcome back, campers, to another gaslight-tastic episode of Total Drama Bonkers. Yep, it's never ending.
And I know that they want to. So I don't understand why they don't.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's hard not to feel like there are people that are not doing what they can. That
Wait.
They could do so much more than I could, so much more.
Wait, hold on. Is this live stream a call-out live stream on the people who aren't coming forward with more information? No fucking way. Oh my, okay. That's actually fucking wild. If that is his intention here, he's like, no, we have to do something. I can't do anything because no one will listen to me because I leveled false rape allegations. So now he might be trying to turn on the other people. Like, dude, this is a pressure. We've got to talk about this. I'm here on my own. Bro, this is a Hail Mary. He's pulling a Mama Mac, yeah, pick a side YouTube. No fucking shot.
Easily. And they just choose not to, and it's hard to not feel some kind of bitterness because of it.
Grey Knight, welcome to Coping. 07 in the chat, buddy. Thank you very much.
I don't want to feel that way. I know that they care, which is a lot more than I can say about a lot of other people.
Hi.
But
Dude.
I don't know why they don't care enough to do anything about it. Because they could change it.
Not gonna lie, I expected a much more annoying voice like SGP. Thank you for the 2, Daro. Yeah, dude, it certainly doesn't match his rape-eyed hyena character, does it? With the 15. Have more bribery shackles. By the way, I got named Shiny Jew in your Discord. 10 out of 10. I will speak to the mods about that. What the fuck, bro? I am officially sponsored by Israel. It's true. It's true. Oh, that's gonna get taken out of context. That's going into Google Doc.
I would really appreciate it if they did something. And that's why I'm streaming. Because I don't know how else to talk.
Oh my god, it is a call
It
out.
seems like I'm yelling into the void.
Oh, no way!
I don't want to be. I don't want to be doing this anymore. I never really wanted to in the first place. I felt like it was the only thing I could control. The only way I could do something to help anyone, to change anything.
Okay, look. I imagine many of you have been through an angsty teenager stage, right? The whole kind of, I need to do something. I need to be somebody. And you grow out of that phase. You grow out of the phase and realize that life is complicated and difficult, and you don't need to be a hero all the fucking time. You also realize that you're not the main character in every fucking stories. Everyone's story. You grow out of this. Bonk has seemingly just refused to. Bro, you can just stop. The irony is that if Fandont stopped, he'd probably he'd do infinitely more, I guess. I don't want to say good because I don't believe the allegations against Griffin. So like he'd do less damage to the allegations if he just shut the fuck up. Like, Bonk kind of looks like an old Metica target. Was his name Matt Walsh? No, you're actually thinking of Dr. Randomacam Access with the 5. Yes, we watched a bit of Randomacam recently. He recently released a Hassan video. I need to go over that. Hello, with the 6. Don't tell your mods anything. It's hilarious. Okay. As long as you're happy. Yeah, like, dude, this is actually fucking wild.
And it was never just about him. It was about the community. A lot of problems that I saw in it and a lot of things I wanted to fix.
He wanted to be horse famous. He wanted to be horse famous, guys. That's the reality. God, the fucking brony community has ruined so many people's lives. It's actually insane. It's actually wild. On all sides. I think that Saberspark is the only person who's come out of the brony community even slightly fucking sane, frankly. Maybe Race Best? He seems well adjusted. This bro. Like, oh dude, imagine going on and being like, I thought the only thing I could do, the only thing that would give my any meaning was that I could go after this one person and ruin his life. And that would bring me joy. And it hasn't worked. He wanted to be the savior of the brony community, Maddie Moo. Thank you for the 2. Yeah, I mean, if you look at his Twitter profile, like, says, what's the tagline for it? Let me just read it. The brony community can do great things. It can also do great harm. Without the community properly maintaining itself, it will possibly be the worst fandom. Like, bro, this has been your life. This is, I can't imagine looking at years of my life and being attached to a dying fandom that you still want to fix. It's just remnants.
But I'm not going to be able to do any of that. So now I just want to fix the one thing that I'm now completely tied to without anything I can do about it. I don't know why people think that any of what he does is alright.
I've got to question the fact that this is somebody who actively commissions some of the most disturbing, not safe for work content I've seen in quite a while on a regular basis. It's like the DMs he had with Doodles Gin, I think her name is, where like he's like, oh, aside from your like shitty takes on art and stuff, it's like, this is a guy who cannot understand that other people see him as a freak. Well, talking about policing the community. I was actually so I was watching some old Lily Orchard content recently, and it's really fascinating where people's minds are, because I've been watching it for this side stuff, and with the with an old Lily Orchard video, I think it's talking about I think it's the one where she goes over FNGR, and she starts talking about like the Brony fandom having a pedo problem, and saying that there's loads of like pedophilic folcon and fanfiction, like pedo fanfiction. I'm like, bitch, you wrote Stockholm. You wrote Stockholm. You've written pedophilic fanfiction before. Like, the absolute insanity of some people, like the gall of writing or creating shit like this, or commissioning it and being like, yes, but we need to call out the pedophiles because I'm actually a good person, so I wouldn't, like, the cognitive dissonance you must possess to be like this. Grey Knight with the 10. Who has the secondary screen 90% to the right of them? That's my only explanation for why he's looking to the side like that. Otherwise, he's just trying to show off his pins. Dude, I don't even know if he owns a computer. Like, why would you not go live on your computer? He's just staring at the camera. Does this dingus think he's Vox from Has-Been? Is he trying to hypnotize us with his seductive gaze? You can't say that with hyena shit. You can't say that with his fucking rape eye character. It's fun, bro. Thank you for the 5, James. Zella with the 2. Brony digivolved into Uma Masvi. Oh my fucking god. Thank you, Zella, for the 2. Carrie with the 2. What do you think is under that hat? Look, he seems pretty attached to it. Like, I think every picture I've seen of Bonk is him wearing that hat. Like, I wonder what is that? Is that what is it? I can't make it out. I don't. Lice is under the hat, dude. He's balding. That's his hyena persona, dude. Do you think he strokes it when he's stressed?
I don't understand why, even if you think that all of the weird inappropriateness, all of the things that just shouldn't have happened when it comes to him with so many different minors, even if you think that's all alright, I don't understand how you can then just pretend the racism doesn't exist. Like, there's so many.
You are accusing him of being a pedophile. No one cares about his comments towards Black Lives Matter. Like, so this all began with the racism stuff. Do you know what? Like, if Fandom was just like, Black Griffins are racist, I think Black Griffins are racist, I'd be like, okay, look, it's 2025, they're rounding people up and deporting them. It's not a major concern right now, okay? It's just fucking not. And again, I don't think Black Griffins are racist. I just think Black Griffin tweeted some stuff during Black Lives Matter because he, again, what's a good way to put this? What's a good and fair way to put this? I think Black Griffin is somebody who is not in tune with the woke mindset, which is largely and broadly speaking very ingrained in some of the fandoms that he interacts with. But I don't think he's fucking racist or any of these other things. Like, I said this about Psy was it last night that I was doing the stream? I think it was last night, night before. I can't fucking remember. Like, I don't think Psy's racist. I just think she's fucking ignorant. And even with the, like, Black Lives Matter stuff, I think there's some, like, tweets about, like, towards Candace Owens or something. Like, bro, I just can't. If you wanted to come out and call Black Griffin a racist, you probably should have stopped at racism. Because you've upped the stakes so much. Like, it's one of these crazy things as well. It's like when people, like, somebody did this unironically, where they were like trying to, like, somebody recently in a story was like, oh, actually this person's pronouns are this, and it's like, they're a school shooter. Like, yeah, fuck, actually, I know who it was, I'm not gonna say, but they messaged me about it, They were like, we're talking about a school shooter here. Do the pronouns matter? Right, like right at this second. To most people, that just sounds like a crazy thing to put out there. It's like, can we focus on the thing that's important?
Layers to all of this. There's so many different things going on.
Sister Godiva with the 50 Swedish crowns. In Sweden, the Uska chaos literally called a bear fanny. Pooh or Heine would be more appropriate in this context. Good night, Becky. We'll watch the VOD. Sleep well, Godiva. Grey Knight with the 5. The hat thing could be part of his tism because I also wear one of my hats like constantly and my hairline is fine. Yeah, it could be a safety blanket thing. Sure, I can see that. Like, I don't know, man. It's like he brings up the minstrel stuff, or like Black Griffin doing this sketch. It's kind of like KP did this, and like it was Saber Spark on stage doing a skit or a joke, and it was to do with consent. And KP was like, "Tell us how you really feel, Steven." And it's like, bro, he's on stage making a joke. Can you guys like, what amazes me is so many of these people make content. You've got this argument from Fandont that, well, drawn child pornography isn't real child pornography, guys. It's not real. It's just drawing, guys. But he can separate that in his mind, but he can't separate a sketch on a YouTube channel from reality, because he looks at like the videos that Gabe and Claire and Michelle did, and they're very limited, by the way. There are very few of these. Again, like most of their meetings were at conventions. The other meetings were to do with things like Michelle's birthday. You know, Claire was the like annoying kid who like was just Michelle's friend. But Fandom can't separate the fact that this is just people making content. It's like a mystery to him. Why is this person around minors? Because he's involved in a fandom with child actors in it. And they're making... This isn't complicated. This isn't rocket science. Another thing Fandom does all the time is like, Black Griffin was around Claire all the time. He influenced how her brain formed. And I'm like, bro, they met like 8 times. Outside of conventions. And at conventions, they're like working. It's a work... Like, I don't know if this person has ever had like actual like experiences with work friends, quote unquote. Like, there's a guy I work with. We've worked together for years, right? And I know very little about his life. We have very little influence on each other. It's just like, it's kind of whatever. You've got that work relationship. I've got other friends at work who like I will go drinking with, or I've had long friendship with over the years, but they're very, very few and far between, right? And even then, you've still got that line of, oh, that's a work friend. I think most people build their friendships this way, and very few work friendships hold after you're done with that job. Bold of you to assume he can hold a job. Apparently he's employed. He keeps tweeting about how much he hates his job and everything.
So many things came out after I already thought this was insane. I've been on Fandom for 2 years, and back then it was just him and his 2 VAs that he was with.
What?
And the racist stuff. And not all of it that we know now. Not the others that we know now. Not the other details that we know now. And I didn't... People act like I made those up, that I found them, but I'm not a researcher. I only spoke on what I...
Okay, fucking hell. Do we actually need to start going through the doc? Do I actually need to talk about some of the things in this fucking document? To actually, like, just like, because I don't know if I've ever been through, like, huge chunks of it, publicly. But, okay. When this began, it began with the, like, accusations of racism. Then it moved on to the stuff about his, like, a relationship with Claire and Michelle. Now, importantly, the rumors about him and Michelle dating when he was like, when he was like living at their like house, had been around for ages because they got started by the fandom that wanted that to be a thing, which is very fucking creepy and weird. And both of them like said so at the time, like this is uncomfortable. And what's kind of insane about it is, like, if Gabe was going to groom anyone, don't you think it would be Michelle? Don't you think, like, now Michelle is like an adult woman with like no like long-term correction. They don't live together or anything anymore. Like, they stopped living together a long time ago. Don't you think Michelle would come out and say something? Did it not occur to you that both the people who you would mark as primary quote-unquote victims are both like, nothing ever happened? What are you talking about? All the people who know this guy say it's a ridiculous accusation once you know like anything about Black Griffin. It's just fucking nonsensical. Now, let's actually, do you know what? Fuck it. Let's talk about this document. Let's actually talk about this document. Hold on. Let me bring it up. Because I just want to talk in brief about a couple of pieces of it, okay? Because we're kind of on this section. And I just want to go through very simply some of the giant glaring issues with it. Very briefly. Okay? And then we'll get back to the video. Because I want to let's talk about Destiny first. Let's just begin with Destiny. Destiny firstly came out like anonymously, right? Now, there is some important context to this. I don't know if I've got the tweet to hand, but Destiny had been interacting with Griffin positively before these accusations came out. There are tweets from Destiny towards Black Griffin talking about, like, this is around the time the pilot ended, about how much of a shame it was and how much they enjoyed it. If this was the person who groomed you, firstly, why are there no, like, more, like, communications? Why did you not come out and be like, hey, do you remember me from when I was a kid? And reach out to him? No. Why did you just come out? Like, why were you just publicly tweeting positive stuff towards this guy? Destiny only comes out after the accusations against Black Griffin begin. And importantly, Destiny's part of this little fucking friendship group. There's like weird interconnected stuff with these people. Rain, member for 7 months at Coping. Why is Fandont wearing roadkill? Jesus. My personal theory is that Bonk thinks that Griffin was hypnotized by Claire. Thank you, Baron, for the 5. Okay, that's fucking funny. Now, even Destiny's own story, and firstly, again, she was basically caught on, it was found out who she was through Discord, and then she came out publicly. Her story itself doesn't seem to have any, also, like, look at this fucking shit. What evidence is this? It's just other people's fucking tweets who weren't around 12 years ago. And when we go down, we find this. Like, the timeline makes no fucking sense for Destiny's allegations. It's bizarre. So do we know which of the leaks by Solo were Griffin's? Holy fuck. Thank you, Baron, for the 5. That is politics drama. Part of the problem with this is, like, these people have scoured years of this man's life. Every single allegation we're looking at is from over 10 years ago. I think the last one's like the Snapchat one, like the latest one, if you like, is Snapchat, and that's like 2015. Like, these conversations apparently happened. And importantly, the accusation here is that once again, Black Griffin sent someone a dick pic. We don't have any evidence of that. What we have evidence of is that Black Griffin used Snapchat in the way that a lot of people use Snapchat to have conversations with fans. There's nothing, again, the document itself says, well, there isn't anything directly flirtatious or explicit in the Snapchat messages. Well, if this guy is sending dick pics to people, don't you think you'd have one message that would in some way be explicit or flirtatious? Or even indicative or suggestive of it? There's nothing. Let's go to Dorothy, because this one's even more fucking ridiculous. The accusation here is that this person who drew fan art of Black Griffin, he responded, there's no evidence at all that Black Griffin knew the age of this person, by the way. It was in their bio. I get sent a lot of fucking fan art. I know what it's like to get a lot of fan art because I have like an artist community. And I don't look at anyone's profiles. I just go, that's cool, retweet. Black Griffin sent her, haha, very nice, XD, though technically I was never in the army, I was in the Navy. Good night, by the way. Winky face. Please, why are we sending winky faces to an 11-year-old and saying you ship her OC with yours? Now, again, she's done a little version of this drawing that's like a modern retelling of it. This drawing looks like a ship of a gender-swapped version of, like, Black Griffin's character. That's what it actually looks like. So, Black Griffin had no, like, there's no evidence Black Griffin ever knew the age of this fucking person. And he said a very common phrase in fandoms, I ship it, seemingly assuming it's a gender-swapped version. And this is apparently grooming now, publicly sending somebody a winky face. Absolutely fucking crazy. Correction, you stole an artist community. It's very hurtful, Baron. Hold on, guys. Listen, have some stickers. Have some stickers. It's not... I think that's more than enough super chats for some stickers, guys. Dude, I have so many animations now. It's fucking crazy. Thank you guys for your support. I'm sorry the goals don't work tonight. I'm very sad about the goals not working. I know. So yeah, this is like it. Those are the 3 people who have come out. This person, we don't even know who the fuck they are. And we've got like, I don't know, barely anything to go on. Destiny, the timeline doesn't make sense. Now, also, we're talking about something that happened, in the case of Destiny, well over a decade ago. I'm not even saying that Destiny could never have been sent a dick pic. I'm just saying that it doesn't seem to make much sense that it was fucking Gabe. I don't fucking get it. Let's talk about DeviantArt. Let's do this one briefly. Now, I might be privy to a bit more information than some of you, and I may have looked at this more than a lot of you. But there are a couple of things with the DeviantArt stuff. So basically, these conversations are public conversations from like 2010. So we're talking 15 years ago. And for any of you who know anything about DeviantArt in the last, I don't know, 15 years, it's a pretty weird fucking place. In fact, actually, I went looking for something that I heard a rumor about. And I only managed to get a result through AI, because it's very hard to dig through old DeviantArt memes and things. But seemingly, there was a meme at the time for having conversations as your OC in a comment section, like you're in a relationship. There seemed to be a thing that was happening on DeviantArt at the time. And importantly, as we go through these messages, one thing that will become apparent over time is you never see the original post, or almost never see the original post. I don't think you actually ever do see the original post, do you? It's always this person replying to Black Griffin. He is not seeking out these conversations. It is a fan messaging him, and he replies basically mirroring. You know that really common thing that very autistic people do in social situations? Now, one thing that is pretty important with these messages, I don't want to scroll through because, dude, the amount of fucking A-logging that went into this shit, is that there is no evidence that Gabe ever tried to meet up with this person. In fact, the evidence is the opposite. that when this person posts their email address and tries to move things to like some sort of like private conversation, Black Griffin cuts off fucking contact. If Black Griffin was grooming this person, he is the worst groomer on the fucking planet. And let's just remind ourselves what the accusation is here. The accusation is that Black Griffin in 2010 planned to meet up with and move in with, according to some people, a 14-year-old in China while working in the Navy. Does that sound fucking crazy to anyone else? Like, what? You think a guy working in the Navy is publicly grooming somebody in a comment section to meet up with them? And that's just like the core accusations of this shit. We're not even getting to some of the more insane stuff, like this claim about Shane Dawson. Apparently Black Griffin, and like Bonk brings this up in the Q&A, Black Griffin is apparently a monster because Shane Dawson has been a widely known pedophilic and a racist his entire career. This video highlights it in about 15 minutes in. I don't think Black Griffin would even know who the fuck Shane Dawson really is. He just quote tweeted him. Thanks for using my song. Next time you're in Arizona, let me know and I'll take you flying. It's just a fucking quote tweet, but apparently this is enough to condemn Black Griffin. It's all little pieces of information, guys. You know, like, anybody who is in their, like, I don't know, 30s, if we went through everyone's fucking social media histories, how many things do you think could be taken out of context or read, like, or just read it, like, in modern context, where, like, oh, that's an inappropriate joke this person made, but if they made it back in 2010 or the 2000s, it would be completely normal. And that's what this entire doc reads like. It is completely built upon confirmation bias. The conclusion's already there in Fandont's mind and in everyone else's mind who's going after him. Black Griffin is a monster. Now we have to prove it. So they put together a 300-page document, most of which is crazy. Like, again, I've just shown you, like, sections of it. And most of it, like, it's 300 pages of evidence. It's 300 pages of random fucking screenshots. Like, dude. There's a whole section here. I can't remember what it is. I think, is it in the Destiny section? God. Where it's just Fandont's tweets. It's just conversations Fandont is having. This doesn't prove anything. It doesn't evidence anything about the Destiny allegations. This thing is long because it is padded to fuck. Apparently there's a new document, which I haven't had time to go through yet. But again, from what I've seen of it, it suffers with exactly the same problems. This is all built upon Black Griffin is already guilty. So now we have to prove he is guilty. Which is just fucking crazy. You can't work like this. And like, again, it's like, well, why don't I trust this guy? Look at him. Look at him. Like, this is not just, I need to do the right thing. This is, I need to take down Black Griffin because I have literally nothing else in my life. It's brutal, bro. My Google Doc on you will be much better. I appreciate you, Akane. Thank you. Cancel Beckett for grooming me. Thank you, Hoz. Grey Knight with the 5. Wait, so Black Griffin is being called out for replying to his fans in a certain way because he has a mirroring thing because he was awkward online. Black Griffin is not just, oh, a little bit autistic. Black Griffin is very autistic. Diagnosed, I believe, E1. Black Griffin is very, very autistic. And while I wouldn't normally give somebody, like, I'm not giving Jar a pass for some of the, like, autism stuff. There's certainly things that actually saying that, I have given Jar a pass for some of the autism things. Sometimes people just, like, for a community that cares about mental health so much, apparently, it's very interesting that when they find somebody who's actually autistic, they're like, well, we're not going to accept any of this. Black Griffin has issues reading social cues. He is autistic. And I don't mean that as an insult or anything else. He's just autistic. And if you, like, with the comments on DeviantArt, he's very clearly mirroring. In fact, I think probably one of the reasons why he is so successful is because he's quite good at imitation. He's good at mirroring things. It's like a lot of his early stuff is doing impressions and things. Yeah, like, this is not just a theory. He is diagnosed as seriously autistic. Do you really, is this not clicking for some people? Not anyone in chat, but it's like the frustration. This is a guy who spends his time obsessed with science and planes and weird little fandoms, and he's got his little obsessions. And he can seem quite naive, you know, like a fucking autistic person. I feel like I'm the one going crazy. Oh, bro. James with a 5. This pasty child crying racism while looking like the Yeti in the stop motion Rudolph special. He's not offended, he's just looking for a fight. If you said E1, that is from what I'm reading, the mildest one that requires support. Sure, I mean, I'm not saying that he's like non-verbal here, right? And that's just my, like, memory, right? I don't know. Should that be my next question? Should I go to Black Griffin and ask him to produce his autism diagnosis? Is that the level we're reaching? Black Griffin, give me your medical documents, bro. Let's get really invasive with this shit. Because it feels like that's the only thing that would actually get anywhere, isn't it? Like, let's... I feel so sorry for this guy. I genuinely do. Because, like, can you guys imagine what it's like to have your entire life pried apart by internet autists? Like, there are stopping points to this shit. I think this is quite funny when, like, people talk about, like, me as a drama creator being a bad guy. Because I am an asshole. I completely admit that. But there are lines that you just don't fucking cross. Right? I've heard similar things to what happened with a video game developer for Skullgirls named Mike. He had autism, was falsely accused of sexual misconduct. I do remember that, actually. You're an asshole with standards. I've been informed by somebody who knows more than me. It's E2, not or 2E, not E1. I'm retarded. Okay, I've been corrected live for what Griffin's diagnosis actually apparently is. Fucking DM from the blue. Fuck it. Is that a form? Listen, is correcting the drama streamer on autism diagnosis level in itself a form of autism? I think it might be. Fuck me. Why did you pause him in the frame? It's talent, okay?
I knew about already. The things I posted are things that I already knew until people brought more things to my attention, and I put those out too. I didn't stalk anyone.
What?
I was given...
This is stalking, bro. This is stalking, bro. What?
Things by people that found things. And the things I already knew, I posted. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. All this information is damning either way for him. If you think that it's a problem that someone went through the effort to document things and not the fact that the things documented are as they are, then I don't know what to say to you.
The problem is not documentation. The problem is never documentation. The problem is the reading. Like, for those of you who are familiar with Kantianism, I can't believe I'm going to put it this way, but you're familiar with, like, for those of you with a philosophy, kind of like, I don't know, upper high school, whatever the fuck that's called, or like first year philosophy, you'll probably be familiar with the phrase God of the gaps. And a lot of this is God of the gaps. It's basically, we don't have like a definitive, like, we can't tell what the reason for this is, but we'll say it's the thing we assume exists. Because in Kantianism, like, you have the reason why you do good things. Like, why do you do that? Well, the goodwill, and the goodwill is like imparted from God, and that's like, you have to have God for classical Kantianism to work. It's kind of like that. You've gone and documented a load of random bits from like Black Griffin's life, but the reality is that you've just gone, okay, well, we don't know why Black Griffin did this specific thing, so we'll just say it's because he's a pedophile. Like, fucking what, bro? What do you mean? If there are other explanations for things, you need to have those other explanations. And the purpose of the document, and the reason that Fandont constantly says there's 300 pages of documented evidence, is because he's looking like to provide a quantity argument, not a quality argument. And anyone who challenges any part of that quantity, he'll just attack as, oh, well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that I lied about Claire. It doesn't matter that I lied about Enter. He's been calling me right-wing. Now, I'm not offended by this, but I think, especially after the fucking side stream where I'm talking about my ex-boyfriends, I'm obviously not a fucking right-winger, right? Absolutely fucking crazy. Fandont lies all the time and then sits there and goes, I don't understand why everyone's calling me a liar. You came up with the conclusion far before you ever started putting any of this together. It's why, again, you look at like the Forest clip. This is the one that they point to and say, well, here is Black Griffin on his own with Michelle and Claire. What, you mean a fucking YouTube video? One YouTube video. Do you not think that, again, if this was a guy who had access and was trying to groom somebody, do you not think there'd be more? Do you not think there'd be more people to come out from the fandom and say, yeah, I totally remember Black Griffin being around Claire all the time, man. Like, we were sat in a lounge once, and like, he was just talking about how much he liked her and how much he liked her voice acting or whatever. There's no stories like that. They don't exist. The Lone Star with the 2, he did stalk Danny tweets to others. I don't know who Danny is, but okay. Rain with 2, thank you for Do a Flip. I disavow. Listen, I don't want Fandont dead. I want him around for a long time. He's a fucking cash cow for content. Dude.
I don't know. I know I'm not speaking in specifics. I don't really know what else to do. This isn't to go over everything. This isn't to rehash anything. This is to try to get the people that I know care, and I know, and I know have a lot more power on all this than I do, to do anything. Because
Okay, I'm just going to theorycraft for a second here. I wonder whether, because Fandont has been crashing out all day, and he's been crashing out loads recently. Again, we'll get to some of the other stuff, but it really has been literally the whole day. He's just been endlessly sort of like replying to these fucking... He's like over a 20-hour period. I wonder whether somebody came to Fandont and said, look, this clearly isn't going to work. We're not coming out. Like, it's no one cares. Boo, philosophy sucks ass. Thank you for the 2 Huz. It's not gonna happen. We can't do anything, and there's so, like, every time you post something, there's so much fucking pushback now, and every single comment section has all these corrections in it, and anybody who is thinking of might, especially if it's somebody with like something to lose, because Fandont has nothing to lose, they may have been thinking, actually, fuck, oh, Danny is the one who interviewed him in the Q&A. Oh, okay, Lone, I'm with you, thank you for the 2. Yeah, he'd started going through Danny's account. Potato with the 2. You think this 23-year-old Chardonnay is vinegar? Listen, I read that at a glance, and I thought you said, I thought it was like, do you think this 23-year-old is a 23-year-old is a virgin? I mean, to answer my own question that I just posed through dyslexia, probably, right? Does this look like a man who's got, and like, listen, Bonk needs a partner of some fucking kind, okay? This can't be healthy, bro. He's gonna end up doing the, like, psycho thing, as, like, fucking dead mother in a fucking chair, like, as a skeleton, wearing her wig or something. Bro, it's not looking hopeful. I could fix him. Fucking hell.
Because I know I'm tired, and I know I can't keep doing this, and I know that there are people that have never even spoken publicly on all this that are exhausted by it because they are affected by it too, in ways that I am not at liberty to explain, because it's not me. I can't keep holding all the information and having to keep quiet about it.
Have you noticed how quiet Sophie's been recently? Rain with a 2. Wow, wishing bonk on someone? How cruel. True, I am a monster. God, this is really weird. So you're basically sat in a position where the information isn't yours. You've probably got no proof of it. You're desperate to do something, partly because you hate Black Griffin, but also because, like, a decent portion of the internet now is just laughing at you, and every time, you know, you do anything, the only response is to give your detractors content, essentially. You must be desperate for them to come out and defend you. And that's what this sounds like, right? You know, I can't do everything. I can't keep carrying everything. You guys need to do more. You need to help me. But the truth is, like, anybody with any sense knows that Bonk is seriously damaged goods. Brother thinks he's some kind of super detective. He isn't Batman. He's the Mad Hatter high on his own fumes. I can do this all day. Thank you, James, for the 5. Interesting you say that, because his Zootopia fanfiction thing is all about Batman in Zootopia. Bro is like a... Oh, dude, such a loser. Keyhood with the 5. Cringe furry or former Soviet bloc soldier? Which way, Western man? True.
Because it would hurt someone. Because it's...
Oh, bro. It's so dramatic.
I don't know what to say. I don't know. I just want the people that can help to help, because right now he's coming back feeling comfortable, like he can just come back.
How dare he?
And it bothers me. I know the things are getting done behind the scenes. And I know if you're one of the people I've been talking to right now, that you know what's been going on.
Things are getting done behind the scenes. God, I really do hope he just... Oh, dude. Then I will admit that part of my continued fascination with this story is it doesn't feel finished. And I don't like leaving a story like, you know, there's always lingering things, there's always loose threads, but I feel like there's something with this story that's just not there yet. it's not done. I'm not done. And like, there are certain things that Bonk could say that would kind of tip the scales to me being able to do something, and I'm like, fuck. Dude, I like, it's I've just got images. The best way I could put this is like, Fandont's kind of stood at the gates with a battering ram, not really realizing that there's just a line of claymores behind the gate, and I'm just like, yes, use the battering ram. Use the battering ram. Please use the battering ram. Bro. Is this a picture of Bonk? This is a video of Bonk.
That things are getting done behind the scenes, but behind the scenes doesn't feel real enough to me anymore. I want to stop having debates with people on if any of this is alright.
Do you think Star Giant's partner has a sibling? Feels like a good match for Bonk. Holy shit, Cathonic, thank you for the 5.
I want it to just be over. So I don't know if this is gonna be saved. I don't know if it's only live for the people who are seeing it and then it's gone. But I hope that one of the people I'm talking to is at least here or can see this at some point. I feel inclined enough to do more than...
What, a public call-out? Bingo with the 5. Do you think, I wonder, if streetlights notice when you notice them? Notice when you at them? Sure, yeah, fuck it. Please tell me you downloaded this. Yeah, listen. It's up. I'll put it up on Twitter. I'll re-upload it on Twitter for him. He clearly wants people to see it. I'll re-upload it for him. I just want to help. Funk, I just want to help, buddy. Bro, I was asleep.
To people privately, or maybe even make a tweet, because this is...
Wait, what?
One of the people I'm talking to is at least here or can see this at some point. I feel inclined enough to do more than talk to people privately, or maybe even make a tweet, because this is... It's gone. I'm not trying to look like I'm crying. I know people are analyzing everything I do.
Yes.
In
great detail.
Have a hard time not taking a moment to think about my words. I'm not pausing to hold back tears or any way you want to spin it. I'm just thinking. I want to be clear.
So, like, one of the interesting things is whether he's talking about the possibility of some sort of, like, call-out video or something. Somebody else to carry the anti-Black Griffin torch. Because Bonk thinks in terms of platform. And on the off chance that Bonk or somebody else sees this, I mean, that is kind of... That would be good for me. I won't lie. I think what Fandont forgets is that when this started, you had multiple content creators enter Lazy Bedhead, like you did stuff with Courtney Pete. You got people like Jenny Nicholson tweeting about this, and it did not deter me at all. It didn't bother me in the slightest. And when it comes to channels like mine and content like mine, Bonk only ever sees, oh, well, the sub number's this, the sub number's this. But actually, from the perspective of coming from commentary, you kind of want to punch up. So, in many respects, the worst thing Bonk could do would be to try and do what he did with KP and Courtney Pete, and try and bring other YouTubers in and content creators. Because, like, again, I was quite happy to fight against a little hate mob. That works for me. It plays to my strengths. Debates, dude blocks every raised eyebrow in sight. Yeah, true, James. Thank you for the 2. And the problem is, with somebody like Fandont, any creator has to at some way attach themselves to this person to talk about the story now. Because you can do this disavow thing where you're like, well, I hate Fandont as well. I hate Fandont. I don't support what Fandont's into. But it doesn't work because Fandont is so interconnected with this story and with the people who've been pushing these allegations that you actually can't divorce him from it. It's actually not enough to just say, I disavow. You have to explain why you're going off essentially a document, even if it's not written by Bonk, that is heavily influenced and pushed by Fandont. And it's interesting that another document's come out, because again, the information in that new document, as far as I can see, and again, I've only glanced through it, has come from Fandont's document. It's inextricably linked to him. That's why the story's fucked for anybody who still believes these accusations. You cannot divorce the two. So anybody who picks this up and runs with it is only making a rod for their own back. And I also say this because the stuff that's being alleged against Griffin is so unsubstantiated. The only argument you can make is one of, well, they've dug up all this stuff. But if let's say you got a big creator involved in doing that, fuck, it'd be a field day. Look at what Diorio's doing to this person who made an Ethan Klein video. Not only has Diorio gone through the Ethan Klein video, is it like Clear Mind or whatever the fuck they're called? And he's just making a ton of fucking content out of ripping them apart. He's going through their other fucking videos and content and ripping them apart. Fandont can't do that because he doesn't understand how essentially commentary ecosystems work. Cruel World, Happy Mind, there we go. Yeah. Your size doesn't matter. Same with Lewis McClung. Lewis McClung had 300,000 subscribers and he was getting hundreds of thousands of views on his video. Oggy RFC destroyed Lewis McClung from inside his comment section. Oggy and one other person were sat in the comment section and twisted the entire, in his chat for this live stream, and twisted the whole chat against him. Oggy basically single-handedly ended this dude's career. It's the argument of platform is something that Fandont doesn't understand because he sees number go up. The reason streamers, for example, streamers are very low sub number. This is all meta stuff. But it matters in the context of what Fandont's trying to push. What Fandont doesn't understand is if you've got a stream with 200 concurrent, if you've got a stream with 300 concurrent, you're not just nobody. That is somebody where you can hold an audience's attention for a decent amount of time. Your video views matter. Your concurrents matter. Your sub number just doesn't anymore because nobody really subscribes that much to streamers. They subscribe to video essays, usually because a video essay will remind people like and subscribe. So from Fandont's perspective, he sees just small little numbers, but there's a reason why you've got people who will want to go on Papa Gut, for example. Papa Gut will have 200 to 300 concurrent, but that's a solid audience that's watching you currently. And also streamers seem to have much more push and pull and sway because of that, the way we interact with our audiences. I hope he's got a fucking video essayist involved. And again, the more it blows up, then you start hitting the points where people I started looking at this because Chud Logic ended up watching it, who's much bigger streamer than I am. You've got people like Nicholas Diorio heard about this, even if he didn't cover it. I still was on, Diorio's talking about this situation. It's got, once it breaches containment, you're really fucked. The other disadvantage video essayists have, and this is where people had Lazy being less ethical, and Lazy, again, to her massive credit, just turned around and said, oh, okay, this is wrong, I need to do some corrections. The stuff here that's just a mess. If Lazy hadn't done that, as a video essayist, she has to wait far, far longer to respond and put something together that's much tighter. You don't have that problem as a streamer. So I'll be very interested to see if Bonk's actually trying to drag in somebody like Jenny Nicholson. Or a big creator who's just hearing about this on the outskirts. Speaking of interaction with audiences, stickers. Thank you for the 2. Well, as you asked, look, I'm going to abuse the hell out of the bowl. I love the bowl. The bowl is so good. Have another bowl. That was well timed. Gave me time to sneeze. Co-writes with 2. To quote Nick, Falcon Punch. True. Dude. Okay, anyway.
I don't know.
Don't know, can't imagine.
Anyways, if this is not going to stay up, then I guess out of the dozen people that have been in this live stream, I hope one of you was one of those people.
Don't worry, I'll post
I guess
it.
That's that.
I'll post
This
it. It's
was
fine.
Another bust.
People will see it. Listen, now about 400 people have seen it, so you're good. You're good, buddy. Don't you worry your little head about it, okay? Don't you worry your little head about it. Fucking hell. That's brutal. That's brutal. Okay, hold on a sec. Let me bring this up. James the 5, born too late for ancient Greek philosophy, born too early to colonize Mars, born in a time for Timu Duck Dynasty meltdown over Black Griffin. Dude. That's brutal. That is brutal. Are we gonna have a look at this conversation then? Can I have a minute? I need a cigarette. What are your thoughts, guys? God, I hope he does something. Do you want to edit just purely from a selfish point of view, the fucking views I'd get on a Black Griffin video would be insane. I think he's nothing and is hoping something comes. I don't know who could still be talking to him. My thoughts, how about remodding me? Sure, you can have your wrench back. There you go. There you go. You happy now, Vlad? Yeah, he's just one tweet away, guys. If he does, I bet it's a troll. That's the other thing. Fandont doesn't really fact check anything, so this is the problem. If anyone comes out with anything at this point, with the way Sora is, you'd have to get everything checked for AI, even if he came out with something that looked like hard evidence now, because I just don't trust this guy. I don't trust any of the people involved in this. Can I have a wrench too if you're giving them out to losers? No. No, we cut down on the blue names in chat, okay? Dude, we're gonna... Banjo needs to check everything and should have been fact-checking from the beginning. The truth is that if Fandom just put out a document that was really tight, and if he had put out a document that was really tight, dude, that wouldn't even work. I said this. Okay. There's a comment on the Saberspark video. Hold on, let me see if I can find this. Give me a second, because there's some context as to why this even came up. Where is that? Oh yeah. Okay. So this comment came up from the first Saberspark video. Cope and Seethe made a bunch of videos on bronies. Cope and Seethe that started this video. Bronies exist. What? And I was like, what? This didn't make sense to me. I was actually really lost. I was like, I don't remember this. So I actually went back and watched the video again. And I want to play you the intro to this video, because I think it actually, like, it reminded me of something that I think is worth kind of remembering. And then you get to see me on camera as well. There we go. It's only fair. People don't really care what Saber's side to me, and this is just my opinion. Fuck! Wrong video. Wrong video. It's all going to be set up nicely. Can't even click on the right thing. You know, normally, I love it when my autistic obsession with the brony community breaks into more mainstream commentary. But this particular drama is one that I very nearly didn't cover at all. Because when the allegations made by I Love Kim Possible a Lot against Saberspark dropped, I was already aware of their connection to the wider Black Griffin drama, which, I'll be honest with you, is a complete bloody headache. Now, holy fuck, was I just muted for that? Okay, I'm retarded. I'm sorry. I was rolling a cigarette. Fuck, okay. So, like, yeah, I'm just confused by that comment. I read some super chats as well. Sorry. Abigail D with the 5. What's super awesome is if Black Griffin ever was a pervert, nobody would believe it, or would take forever, a la Spoctor. Yeah, this is why I'm quite careful when I run on a thing, because you want to be, otherwise you fuck, like, because if there are actual victims of Black Griffin, the person who's got the blood on their hands is Fandont. Make no mistake. Fandont sounds like a villain from Viva Pinata. True, Vlad. Thank you for the 2. Okay, I'm very dumb. I'm sorry. Okay, we're nearly there. I just want to show you this bit. Now, while this video won't go into detail about those allegations, understanding that wider drama, which revolves around and indeed hinges upon persuading somebody's wife that their now husband groomed them, is unfortunately the only way to actually explain why any of this happened at all. See, this is the core problem. This drama, at base, hinges on, like, persuading Claire to come out and say that Black Griffin groomed her. That's actually what would be required. Which is an insane situation to put yourself in. Like, I think the Pixie stuff got brought up recently. And one of the arguments against what happened with the Pixie stuff, and like this is like a commentary argument of why you don't run allegations without like the quote unquote victim on side in any situation, is because your worst case scenario is the person you're saying is the victim coming out and saying, nah, that's not true. Yeah, you're full of shit. In fact, Diorio himself has said this as to why, like, nobody ran any of the Destiny stuff when they'd heard about these DMs between Destiny and Pixie, Erudite and Pixie, or any of the other stuff that was happening with the Destiny drama, because none of the victims were like publicly saying anything. You can't do anything, and people have learnt this the hard way. And in Fandont's case, this is like a living example of the worst case scenario for you if you run allegations like this. Claire came out and said, nope. Didn't happen. What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you meant to do then? It's why they had to go and dig up random fucking people. All of which are massively unsubstantiated. Michelle came out and defended Gabe, both on Twitter and talked to me in the video. The people who would be the... like, if anything had happened, they're the ones who would know. I absolutely insane. Anyway, let's get to this. So, Danny came in to basically start asking genuine questions. Now, Danny wasn't, like, a fan or anything. I don't think they'd ever seen my stuff before. They just started coming in and asking Fandont questions. And this is long, guys. So I'm not going to be reading out whose name it is. You're just going to have to follow along on the screen. Maybe I'll give Bonk a silly voice. I don't fucking know. It depends how awake I am. Bro. For those wondering, you can scroll through my Twitter. It's somewhere on there. He did actually get challenged on whether, I think it was Emu. Was this you, Emu Anon? Who said that basically they challenged him on some of the lies and he just deflected. He didn't answer one of them and he just said the other didn't matter. So he finally got like evidence that he was lying and was just like, yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's not important. I'm just like, bro, such a fucking coward. Anyway. Is this still running? I do have a genuine question. What do you have to gain from proving the accusations? Well, there are still unproven allegations. Griffin has also has things that are irrefutable. I need to move this screen so I can actually read it properly. And the goal is to stop him from making more victims, as well as giving the existing ones closure, making people aware of what grooming looks like to denormalize it, and also to also properly not tolerate racism, so people feel less open to it themselves. Firstly, stop him from making more victims. The last person you can even find making a claim is from over a decade ago. Once again, like, do you not, if this person was a continuous risk, do you not think you'd have more recent examples than, yeah, back in 2020, like back in 2010, Black Griffin was in a comment section being a bit weird. I think it sounds like things are probably fine, actually. If you succeed in that, then what? Will you keep going after others with accusations, keep trying to get the victim some form of justice? No. Originally, this account was to bring attention to many in the fandom doing abhorrent things. Now I just want this to be over. I can't be responsible for an entire community, and my mental health has taken a big toll. I just wanted to finish what I started. Okay, so firstly, he's calling out Mayfair and like talking about Nazis in the Brony community, so this is just a lie. Okay? Fandont won't stop. He'll never stop. He needs... This is all Fandont has. This is his whole identity. This is why it's so painful for him. Because he's got nothing else. I know the feeling of wanting to finish this and prove your concerns, but would it be best for you? I get you want to try and help people, but sometimes you really have to help yourself in order to do that. The people who defend and fight for an outed predator have made me intertwined with it, and the people who trusted me to help them still haven't been. There is no getting to live my life healthily without pushing through now. Bro, no one's making you come back to this. No one is dragging you back in. In fact, everyone has told you to shut the fuck up. Who's still coming to Fandont? Dude. Are any of them still in contact with you? To keep telling their sides or perhaps offer support to others? if I answer this, people assume wrongfully they know who I'm talking about. That's an interesting little statement, isn't it? Dude, if I tell you what's going on, if I give you any hints, people think dude, I've heard some crazy theories. Like Fandont's planning to make a video and stuff. I doubt that's true. I think if Fandont was going to make a video, he would have done it a long time ago, and he also doesn't have the skills. Do their assumptions matter that much, or cause that big of an effect on you, on your cause? Yes. When they go after people based on their own assumptions, because they believe so strongly, that's what I do. I looked through the doc. I say this every time. I looked through the doc. I read it. I started all of this very much on the side thinking Black Griffin seemed probably guilty. And then I read the document. I don't know what to tell you. So you'd say you're protecting the victims. Trying to. Okay, well, you were trying to, and now you've gone live on a fucking Twitter to call out call out people who aren't doing enough? Seems like you're not really trying that hard. If you were trying to protect the victims, wouldn't you shut the fuck up and let other people handle this? Why come back at all? That's noble of you. Another question I'm curious about is, how do you feel about how I Love Kim Possible is handling things after the whole video failure? I initially appreciated her listening to me and taking the video down quickly after it was posted. Then she started strangely venting to me and seemingly blaming others. Then when I found out she started threatening Emmy, I stopped responding to KP altogether. Bro, I've got your DMs with her, okay? I've read your DMs with her. She was venting to you before the video came out. You were venting to each other about fucking MomoCon and shit. I know that she's taken every interview she's been asked to do, seemingly no matter who, and that she also tried explaining herself in newer videos. I haven't watched them. I haven't tried following anything that's gone on with her since the video. Only caught info in passing. Which again, is all he's done with me. Like, he can't watch this shit. It upsets him too much. Same with KP. Look, if a video ever upsets you too much to watch, you need to watch it. You need to put on your big boy pants and actually sit down and watch it. Fucking unbelievable. If she were to come after you next, would you respond in defense, or perhaps share any critiques about her way of handling things so far? I don't think there's anything more for me to share other than posting the messages directly that show things I've already talked about. I just assume she's already talked about me in some way. If she hasn't, I'm not sure I'd noticed if later she did. Well, that's true. KP is so fucking irrelevant at this point that, yes, realistically speaking, you wouldn't notice. KP may actually be more relevant than Bronyfandont is. Wow, what a position to be in as a content creator. You're less interesting than the fucking Twitter spurg. I see. Are there any criticisms of other people's handling of the situation you may have? Many, but more than anything else, I know a lot of people have been completely without professional and moral lines when they think it's against someone who deserves it, and many have had no issues with them doing what they do either. There's no justification for cruelty. You are trying to ruin a man's life, bro. You're trying to ruin a man's life based off the voices in your head. You're constantly calling Saberspark a rapist and Black Griffin a pedophile. I don't think you have any room to talk about cruelty. Absolutely fucking unbelievable. I agree with statements on cruelty bearing no justification, but don't you think you were being cruel to yourself when you attempted? If the cruelty was towards myself, I don't know what you want me to do now that I'm past it. Apologizing to myself doesn't do anything, and I don't think it makes much sense to call myself my own victim. Beckett, what's the response to allegations you're grooming your mod team with Gunpla and stickers? Well, my head admin did only find out he was autistic because of me. So actually, he owes me, if anything. And also, I'm just paying him a Gunpla like every now and again. I think that's very reasonable. I pay my admins. Okay, that's just ethical. I don't pay my mods though. I'm not grooming any of my mods. Occasionally turn up in mod chat. That's it. That's all that happens. But do you think about yourself as one? I've been put through a lot by people who transparently enjoy seeing me hurt. I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, like, what do you want me to say? I mean, this is just accurate. I think, honestly, that Bonk is a fucking asshole. I think that he is a self-obsessed, clout-chasing lunatic. And I think that some of this is very, very funny. I don't know what you want. To be clear, when Fandont started posting about Mayfair, I didn't say anything. I didn't cover him. I didn't talk about him. I was like, whatever, he's off doing his own thing. When he was posting about his fucking hyena porn, I didn't cover him. So it's not like I'm just sat here going, ooh, if you say anything, that's it, Fandont. You can never speak on the internet again. Bro, if you don't talk about this, I'll leave you alone. It's only because you're talking about a story that I now also am very intertwined in. We are not beating the Fandont in pain and joy allegations. Well, we're a drama channel. I mean, it's called Cope and Seethe. The amount of people who are like, you know that channel's called Cope and Seethe. It's a drama channel. Yes, listen, this is a Ron Seal type channel. It is exactly what it says on the tin. And all over this being mainly the three topics over Griffin, Saber, and Mayfair. Two of those have a lot of overlap, but yes, Mayfair, and then he posts like a link to the document. I haven't looked at any of the Mayfair stuff. I don't really care right now. I might look at it in the future. I don't know. Well, that's all horrific, and please don't take this the wrong way, but it seems like this has more substantial proof than the other two. What's your actual opinion on the allegations of both Saber and Gabriel? I think Mayfair and Griffin are both proven to be horrific. An entire convention obviously has more to go over, but the fact that Griffin alone has so much not even alleged but factual about him is extremely shocking. This thread has a brief recap of Griffin, but that also separate. How many of these has he fucking written now? But also separates what's known versus what's accused. It does not cover everything. It is a brief summation of some of the biggest parts. You call Saber a rapist, and you call Black Griffin a pedophile. Neither of these things are proven. Again, you're lying. You can't be like, oh, well, in my opinion, he's a pedophile. You can't do that. That's not something you can just have a random opinion about. You are accusing somebody, accusing multiple people of serious fucking crimes. Like, again, you can have the opinion that I'm a right-winger or that I'm an asshole. That's fine. You know, you can go, well, here's the evidence for it. You're wrong, at least about the right-winger stuff. But the idea that you can just sit here and be like, yeah, no, he's a pedophile. There's a 300-page document. Mostly it's crap that's nothing to do with that. But, you know, there's 300 pages. And even if he wasn't, why isn't he sending the shit he has to the police? I mean, dude, somebody else is talking to him about this. And he's like, well, why aren't you going to the police? And I'm like, I've said all the way through this, let authorities handle things. I'm not going to the police because I don't fucking believe any of this shit. I don't want to be laughed out of a fucking room. But yeah, I mean, this has been my constant line. Go to the fucking police. Like, bro, let authorities handle things. That person, dude, I think it was two of you. Fucking hell. I see. Are you still getting people who fell victim to him coming to you for more help and information to add to the list? New people? No. Interesting. I think KP, the person... So there's no new victim. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad we've answered that question. I think KP, the person who defended... the person who defended Griffin, and people who don't care enough to look deeper into things, have stopped new victims from wanting to come forward. New information, however, I hope to present soon. It depends on their comfort in doing it. So wait, how can you have no new victims but new information? And I mean, that new information would have to be fucking ironclad. Like, just insanely ironclad. And I've said this consistently. If you've got ironclad information, show it to me. I've shifted my position on Black Griffin once already. I'm happy to be like, okay, cool, well, now we've got some... This is all I asked for. But I think it's, like, fucking... It's going to be some shit of, like, well... Here's my testimony recorded or some shit, isn't it? How soon are you hoping to present? If it were up to me, it'd have happened already. How about when Emmy came out about her memory issues? What are you asking about? Well, when Saber was able to come up with old DMs of them keeping in contact even after she claimed she wanted no contact with him, she then claimed to have trouble with her memories. What's your take on that? I have no reason to doubt that. She had no reason not to know those texts exist. Aside from forgetting, I think she definitely would have brought them up sooner had she remembered. I think if Emmy had known... Actually, I'll just give you my take. I think Emmy was well aware of those text messages and was just praying that Saber Spark didn't have them. I think that this is... I think that she was just praying that he didn't have any evidence. Becca Block used the same picture in their thumbnail and are also covering this coordinated pincer attack. I think I just cucked him, actually. I was like, right, I'm going live. And he was like, oh, you fucker, I was going to do that. And I was like, I thought he was going to go live after me. I didn't realize he'd actually pressed the go live button. Could have just asked me. I would have let him have it. Fandont is 5 more threads away from trying to prove that Pinochet exists and is projecting the new evidence into his brain while he sleeps. I know I read that name wrong, but Cartoonshi, I'm very dyslexic, and that is ableist of you. How you doing, buddy? Sorry. I was asleep. I'm really tired. The only other explanation would be she just hoped he wouldn't show messages that could cast doubt on her and paint him more positively, which doesn't make much sense. What do you mean, Fandont? It's from over a decade ago. I think she absolutely believed that. Do you, like, I don't have text messages from over a decade ago. Are you kidding? I've got, do I have some things from over a decade ago? I've probably got bits and pieces. But from, like, an ex-girlfriend or something? Probably not. Do I have any of those? I mean, it's very unusual. It's only really because Saber is a content creator and he fucking keeps everything. You get into that habit. Now I do. I've got stuff from, like 3 years ago that I've just got sat on a fucking hard drive. Just in case I ever need it in a drama. It kind of gets drilled into you. Would you agree that it's odd that she did not first bring up her memory problems to you when telling you the events that happened? No, I wouldn't. Bringing up something like that wouldn't have helped at all. And she wouldn't have even known it was relevant to mention before she knew she was forgetting something. Bro, all she had was testimony. The fact that she is an unreliable narrator, I would argue, is highly fucking relevant. Of course, what do I know? I'm just a fucking, what was he like? Some, like, slop tuber? Do you know, like, here's the interesting thing as well. I would not describe myself in any way as a slop tuber. I produce videos very sporadically. Usually they're quite high effort. And, like, I tend to be an essayist. It's all, like, listen, it's all YouTube drama junk, but I'm not like a slop channel. Which provides, again, some difficulties. In the same way, I don't think, like, Enter's a slop channel. Am I a slop streamer? Probably a little bit of a slop streamer. That's probably fair. I'd say I'm probably a little bit slop streamer, yeah. But not as an essayist. No, I put in the effort. Not even a... By the way, my memory might have been a little messed up because of this problem. So I'm not totally sure if everything is as concrete as I think it is. Wouldn't that have been ideal to you? Yes. Because the more honest somebody is in giving a testimony, the more trustable they are. if you like, and this is why, honestly, part of the reason that I've got a reputation, I suppose, for general honesty is I'm very, very transparent. I'm not like trying to feed a line. I'm not like, I'm the hero of this story and I'm a really good I'm like, I am a drama slinging asshole. And like, for most people, they're like, okay, cool, we know where Beckett's lines are. You know who my associations are. You know who like I talk to. I don't like things being in the shadow, because then there's no skeletons to pull out of my closet. I think Griffin is weird, but I cannot get a clear consensus on whether he's a groomer or not, because everyone involved seems fucking insane. Can stuff like this please stop being handled by people like Bonk? Yeah, dude. That would be nice. That would be an improvement. No, I don't think that makes sense. I think in hindsight, it's very easy to think that. But in the moment, there was no reason for her to assume it would come up. It's not like she has dementia. She didn't remember text from a decade ago. She is making accusations of rape from over a decade ago with no evidence. I don't understand the cognitive dissonance. No, actually, I don't think it would have been helpful. I mean, how could she remember these text messages? They were so long ago. What, you mean like the incident she's talking about? The fuck? Rain with the 2. When is the next essay? The children are hungry. I'm meant to be working on a sci one, aren't I? Do you know what? Do you know what's really bad? I did the sci stream, and I said this to Parry on his stream today. I realized about 40 minutes in, I actually went and watched back bits of the sci stream. I realized about 40 minutes into the sci stream that I have been over the sci drama for like 4 months. I think 4 months ago, I kind of just stopped caring. And, now, I'm still planning to make a side video. I'm going to try and do it over the weekend. But I'm not even mad at her. I'm not even mad anymore. And, like, there's a load of comments of, like, this drama's a nothing burger. And I'm like, I mean, it is. Really. Who gives a fuck about Psy? Thank you for the two, Rain. I'll still probably do a video. You'll either see a video of me on Psy, or a video out of me on food shops and like Twitch poll, or a video maybe the Leadhead video. I'm doing some Leadhead video work this weekend as well. There are stuff in the works. I just need to be in the right mood. Okay then. What about the talk that you took? Dude. Okay then, what about the talk that you have lolly art of Sweetie Belle? Flat out untrue. Okay, so I should be very clear about the Sweetie Belle lolly art. Oh, fuck. So basically, Fandont is friends with somebody named Whoopmaster, and Whoopmaster did draw or retweet Sweetie Belle lolicon art. Fandont, for his part, seems to be into defending this Volcon shit, and was clearly into the particular sections of this fandom, as well as role playing as one of these child characters. So that's kind of where it's grown from. And also, it's interesting how many little interactions Fandont seems to have had around kind of Claire and people like her. And when I say around, I mean I think it comes up in this thread. Fandont has met Claire's dad. He met Claire's dad at a convention. Which is, in and of itself, very weird. It's just, it's funny how this all lines up. Sorry, I was opening another can of Coke. Give me a sec. What about the rape comic you apparently had made with Zootopia characters in your persona? People call it that to try and discredit what I talk on, but it's actually a hypnotism comic. They need to exaggerate in order to discredit me, based on things that have nothing to do with what I talk about, because they don't have anything more damning. Hypnotism, so there isn't any consent from the characters. I'm not going to pretend this is a problem. I'm trying to stop an actual predator. I'm not going to be scolded over whether or not Judy Hopps consented. That's too childish. No, bro. It's not a rape comic, you Philistine. It's a hypnotism comic. No. Oh my fucking god. Oh my actual god. No fucking way. No way did he just say that. You don't understand. It's art. But isn't it kind of damning if that's not the case? Like pot calling the kettle type of hypocrisy? You're comparing a cartoon rabbit to living human beings. I think that's an insane thing to believe. Now, one thing that you've got to remember as well is that Fandont claims that I had, like, threatening art of him commissioned because I had a competition in the community to draw Bonk's avatar, like, getting, like, in situations with my little fucking Ghost Boy character. And it was things like Fandont being tranquilized, or me outside of a fucking window and a lightning strike happens, or Fandont crying and shit. Now, Fandont says that this is threatening, so it can't be both. Either that cartoon character is not you and has no connection to you, or it is connected and this is part of your fantasy. Both of these things can't be true, right? So if the rape art isn't quote unquote real, then why would the art I had commissioned of you be real, right? Like, it's like, dude. Maybe, but it still kind of shows how you do treat things you see as lesser. I proudly believe that it is completely imagined issue, just as Grand Theft Auto doesn't create killers. Oh my god. I think it is harmfully immature to pretend to be so genuinely concerned for the emotional harm of a cartoon rabbit, to the point you are willing to ignore Gabriel. Bro, again, it's not about the concern for Judy Hopps. It's what you're into. It is the fact that you are fantasizing about this with your character. And again, this is the deflection. This is why Bonk refuses to understand it. Because, like, he needs to defend this. Any sane person would not be posting... I can't even show you. I cannot even show you this art. Okay? It's all over his Blue Sky on the, like, Yin account. Like, his Hyena Yin account. It is fucking horrifying. Isn't one of his friends a pedo? So one of his friends is Wootmaster, who is, again, a lolicon artist, who dated a pedophile who was banned from, like, Twitter by Elon Musk personally. Now, with this person in particular, yes, they are actually a pedophile. They literally created the pedo, like, acceptance flag. And they're, like, a pedophile advocate. They're not just a pedophile, they're an active pedophile advocate. And Fandont's argument is, well, we didn't know how bad she was. I'm sorry, this person's a pedophile advocate and that came as a shock to you? You had no fucking... Woot lived with her. Wootmaster lived with this person, apparently. Are you telling me that you didn't fucking... How? How do you not know that? And boggles the mind. I don't think it's a lesser issue. I'm aware it's a made-up issue. I haven't harmed a single living being. That's a lie. That's a lie. Dude, the psychic damage you've done to me alone, I deserve compensation. I have no intention of doing so. The desire to. And if you're trying to claim that I actually do because of a fantasy ability in a porn comic, you're unthinking. Because I know people interpret anything I say in the worst possible way, I have no desire to. And if it makes you feel any better, if Judy Hopps ever became a real living being, I'd be naturally inclined to respect her boundaries. Does that seem like it needs a conversation? I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine. Hold on. Is this one I can show? Holy fuck, I think I can show this. Okay, hold on. Okay. Hi. Sorry to keep you waiting. It's fine. I expected to be waiting longer anyhow. I have something important to talk about. I don't think it could be left for another day. Well, I'm available to talk right now if you need me. What's on your mind? She looks at the door. You need to see this. On my last case, this happened. It's work-related, but it's also a bit embarrassing. Right here. Don't move and let me talk first. You can breathe and blink, though. I've learned that telling people not to move really makes them not move, but I just want you still. Bro! Grey Knight with a 5. I would respect her boundaries like you don't with Michelle's boundaries. Black Griffin's wife. It's Claire's Black Griffin's wife. Michelle's like Black Griffin. I guess that like little sister basically. Please tweet that out, bro. I'm not. Listen, he'd get off on it. There's no fucking way. There's just no fucking way. All my hate, Ginger Man. How dare I see that? Thank you, Hydra Dancer, for the member for 11 months. James with the 2. If Rabbit was real, he'd ask for consent to smash. Wow. Where did Mally just come in? Mally! Why do I stop by? Mally messaged me the other day and she was like, I'm just checking in. How you doing? I was like, everything's fine. Everything's totally normal. Everything's good. Anyway. A little. Does this need a conversation? A little, yes. But honestly, what got you started on going after Gabriel? The world kept getting worse, and I knew I was powerless to do anything about it. So I decided to trying fixing what I could instead, and start trying to put out information I was already aware of on the worst of the Brony community, out for people to have easily comprehended. I used to call people out on my main account here on Twitter, but my threads would get buried under my other posts. I either had to post these threads elsewhere or stop using my main for myself, so I repurposed this account into what it is now. Listen, I had a fanfic account with like a load of followers on it already, and I realised that that might give me more clout in the Brony community, and also no one was really paying attention to Brony roleplay anymore. So I figured this would be a new way to get horse famous. Grey Knight with a 5. To be fair, he's not respecting either Michelle or Claire's boundaries. There we go, buddy. Thank you very much. Dude, I'm not even kidding, Grey Knight. Please 3D print a mousetrap board, okay? This is my new weird obsession. Do you know Metica covered the guy who was building like an underwater hamster city? This is how I feel about whatever the fuck Grey Knight's got going on with these mousetraps, okay? This is kind of where I'm at now. I am weirdly obsessed. I said this earlier, but this wasn't meant to be a Griffin exclusive thing, and I did put out information on others too, but Griffin had more and more found about him, far more than anyone else, even the individual Nazis and racists of Mayfair, and then victims came forward. Now, I have a theory about this. I think that one of the big reasons that Fandont started to focus on Griffin in particular is twofold. I think firstly it's to do with his association with Sophie Scruggs. Sophie Scruggs is an artist in the community. She works with like Neopets currently. This is all public information, by the way. She's talked about it on podcasts. I'm not presenting anything new or secret. She works with a lot of convention stuff. She got involved with the account. And I think that a big part of this was Sophie has hated Griffin for longer than anybody else. She really fucking hates this guy. So I think that was a big push in that direction. And I also think that a big part of this is to do with Wootmaster. Because Wootmaster also called out Griffin and then got chased off Twitter because, you know, he's a freak. And I think a big part of that is, you know, Fandont was like, oh, okay, well, my friend's been called out, so, like, and attacked, and now I have to go after Griffin. Now I have to carry the torch. And he also saw it as a way to get famous. Some of his old stuff was getting thousands of likes. You know? This had a period where it was really carrying. And then it got burnt to the ground. Then it got burnt to the fucking ground. Thank God. Bro. Some of this shit. Okay. It does seem to have taken the account more than the Mayfair. How do you feel about his wife insisting that he didn't groom her at all? Let's get to his thoughts on Claire. I feel her saying it's normal for him, an adult she's known her entire teenage span, to later be romantically involved is extremely disturbing to hear, and I think it's being used to normalize grooming beyond even Griffin. He taught her it's okay. She's teaching others. So Claire is now the monster, okay? She also needs to be destroyed. She also needs to be destroyed, guys, because otherwise we're just normalizing this. How can we accept this? It's Claire's fault. Absolutely fucking wild behavior. Like, let me remind you, this is just people living their lives, and part of the problem is that a lot of people asked when I was like going over the Saber stuff, like, why did no one talk to Claire? No one fucking asked. In fact, Fandont, I think in this thread or one of the others, is like, why did Saberspark go to Cope and Seethe? Why did he go to this nobody platform? He didn't. We were the first people to fucking ask any of these people. We reached out. None of these fuckers did. That's why people talked to us. Because we just said, listen, this is fucking crazy. Let's talk about it. You want a reason for the BG vid? It's so people can link it under Bonk's replies. It would be so hilarious. Thank you, Anime, with the 5. I will say this. There is something I am aware of that needs to happen for me to make a Black Griffin video, which is one of the reasons that I'm so interested in what Fandont might do, because Fandont may force the issue if certain things have happened, and then I can make it, because until one specific thing happens, I can't make the Black Griffin video, and I'm literally sat here waiting. I will make it if that thing happens. She's hypnotized by Gabe like how Bonk wants to hypnotize the rabbit. True, Hydra Dancer with the 5. Because I don't want to make an incomplete video. I think that sucks. Okay? And if I'm going to make a video on Black Griffin, I want to present everything. Absolutely fucking everything. Warts and all. I don't think it's fair to do otherwise. And unlike Bonk, I won't just do trust me, bro. And I've said this to certain, like, Black Griffin haters, because there are people, like, Cartoon she posted earlier. Cartoon, she's like, I think Black Griffin's weird, but I don't have enough to call a groomer. If you look at the stuff that's there, and you're like, this is a bit weird, that's fine. I think that's a completely reasonable takeaway to have from the stuff in the doc. I don't think you can call him a pedophile. I don't think you should be trying to ruin this dude's life. That's it. That's been my position all the way through this. And I'm laughing at this fucking idiot because he's trying to destroy this guy's life for clout. It's all clout and ego. Grey Knight with the 5. Definitely have to find a way to rebuild the board, but you have to look but have you looked at one of their mousetrap boards? The trap is overly complex, but it's not undoable. Bro, it'd be so good. It would be so good. Dude, the other thing is like, I've spoken to Claire. You know, again, I don't know Claire well, as like, we're not like bestie friends. Unless she wants to be bestie friends. Mostly to annoy Fandont, that would be very funny. But like, I like Claire. I've had good conversations with her. I've talked to her for extended periods of time. And she is very, very willful, very, very determined. She knows her own mind. This is not somebody who is unaware. And again, she'll come out and talk about her experiences with her father. She's not somebody who is shy about having gone through some form of abuse. She doesn't treat herself like a victim either. That's why I don't like talking about Claire like, oh, you know, she was abused by it. Bro, this woman is... I think just... I described her before as a wrecking ball. And it's true. I don't talk about Michelle much. And part of the reason for that is I know Michelle doesn't want to be talked about. And I think that's fair. Like, you just want to kind of get on with your life. But in the conversation that I had with Michelle, again, very, very strong, knows her own mind. I can't see any reason why if Black Griffin had ever done anything untoward, she wouldn't just say so. She does not seem like the type of person to be in any way to be quiet. And what benefit would it bring her to do so? You've got two incredibly strong, resilient women who have been working professionally for longer than most people will, like, for their working lives are going to be longer than most people's, right? These people started working as kids. And they're still making stuff. And they're very down to earth. Michelle, like, dude, that is... You know when you talk to some people who are, like, in the arts, quote-unquote, and they're just, like, insanely down-to-earth people, they're just like, it's just a job. You know, I'm just doing the thing that's my job. And I work hard, and I make money, but this is a job. There's no, like, pretense with Michelle. It's really interesting. I did say to both of them, because I had one other conversation. You know, I've seen bits of the show, obviously, especially at this point, having looked at the Brony community for so long. I was like, I hated the Cutie Mark Crusaders in the show. Like, they're so fucking annoying. And it's really interesting to see the juxtaposition of these two compared to other VAs who were far older at the time. Like people who were like even minor VAs in the show, like Peter New, were being treated like rock stars by the Brony fandom. And they completely let it go to their heads. The stories I have heard about Peter New and some of the other fucking VAs for this show are fucking crazy. Like, not like they're pedophiles. They're just like, dude, did none of you, like, get a grip? And then you've got Michelle and Claire, who are just really down-to-earth, normal human beings. Yes, I trust them far more than I trust somebody like Bronyfandont. And also, somebody else brought Peter New up in this thread. And it's interesting that, like, he's like, oh, well, I don't believe anything about Peter New. That's just Claire being malicious. Claire isn't the only person who said weird things about Peter New. There was another person who was making claims about Peter New on Twitter. I think I've seen some other claims just generally from around the fandom. I did a bit of digging from back in the time of Peter New being a bit weird. There's certainly stuff that I've heard through the grapevine of the little inner circle stuff where Peter New himself, like, you know, as my understanding was he was, like, married at the time when he met Amy. There's some weird shit going on with that, like, fucking career. And nobody's, like... And again, I think that's whatever. This is not a cancel Peter New thing. I don't fucking care. But it's very interesting, isn't it? That you've got a situation where it seems like the fandom itself was pretty weird, had some very loose lines. But we're at the position where, yeah, but Black Griffin's who we need to... You know, this random fucking musician is who we need to go after. And if you say anything about anyone else, oh, no, well, no, that's just people being malicious. Absolutely fucking crazy. Absolutely fucking wild. And it's because, like, these accusations are motivated purely by spite. I said this in the other Bonk stream. It's really obvious that the majority of the people who seem to, like, run this narrative outside of Bonk's little crowd are people in the Has-Been fandom who hate Black Griffin because they view him as a challenge to the current version of Alistair. That's the reality. And that's died down very quickly. Like, you're not seeing any of this shit about Black Griffin's song now because Alistair in the show in this season is completely cucked. They've depowered him, and his backstory is shit because his backstory is Alistair is actually just owned by a white woman. Are you fucking serious? Really, Busy Pop? That's what you wanted to do? Bro. Absolutely insane. Also, sorry, I missed Rain's thing. I was ranting. I apologize. Rain with the 2. 15 super chats. Time for stickers. Sorry, got distracted. No worries, guys. Guys, please enjoy these stickers. Thank you so much for your support tonight, especially without a goal thing. You guys have been very generous. I much appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, anyway, let's carry on. If we pretend there are exceptions where grooming is fine, as long as it all works out in the end, then there is no line. We can't base pedophilia on vibes. She asked him out as an adult. He shouldn't have indulged, but he did. And now we know it's even worse than just her. We don't know that at all. We don't know that at all. What the fuck are you talking about? Because he sent a winking emoji in a tweet? Crazy. Again, she asked him out multiple times. I've heard this story. I think I've told it before. Do you know how Claire persuaded this autistic man to date her? She's like 20 at the time. Do you know how she posed it as a science experiment. Black Griffin was like, I don't want to date you. And she was like, how do you know you don't want to date me? You've never dated me. Black Griffin, by the way, as far as anybody knew, had never, like, he just wasn't interested in relationships. Dude's ace, realistically speaking. Like, nobody else has any story of Black Griffin even hitting on a woman. The reason that Black Griffin and Claire even started talking again is because Black Griffin was in LA and Claire's parents offered to, like, put him up while he was there working on a project. While he was there, Claire happened to come home from college and they started talking again. And over that period, that's when they started actually talking to each other. They hadn't spoken in years. Fandont doesn't know any of this, because all he's going on is random clips from fucking YouTube and tweets. Claire's parents were fine with Claire associating with Black Griffin when they thought it would benefit her career. Because their goal has always been Claire needs to be super successful as Ian lives vicariously through his daughter. And then Claire was like, I'm fucking sick of this. You don't own me. And left. Now, I know other things about all of this story that are not public. Not just the fucking recording. So I'm gonna cut that there. Because everything I've just said, I can say. But this goes far deeper. And there is a lot more fucking evidence for how weird these relationships are. Like, with Claire's fucking family. Than just a single fucking recording. Fandom doesn't know any of this. Because he has never bothered to try and actually look into it properly. He's just going on hearsay to go after his little weird fucking internet obsession. It's absolutely fucking wild. And yes, out of everyone in this, Claire has the most sympathy from me. Because Claire's just a genuinely nice person. She doesn't deserve to be dealing with this shit. It's fucking wild. Zerko's son with the 2. Who do you think is worse, Bonk or KP? Oh, Bonk. Easily. Like, I'd rather deal with Bonk, because Bonk at least is, like, entertaining with how crazy he is. But, like, from, like, who's a worse person? Fandont. Though I suppose KP is, like, I mean, they've got similar fucking traits. But, yeah, Fandont's a worse person. Dude. Give me a second. I need a sip of Coke. Okay. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I know. I got up for this, okay? I was having a lovely little dream. It was nice. It was all curled up, all comfy. If I remember correctly, she and the other voice actress claimed that he did keep turning her down every time she asked to go out with him, even after the age of 18. Let's say they never dated and married at all. Do you think you'd still be now calling him out? Yes, because I started exclusively calling out for his racism stints and not his grooming. And that claim that she asked him out, I already acknowledged in the last response. This isn't information that changes anything. It was his responsibility not to indulge in it. Yes, when somebody's 20, they still have no agency, okay? Also, especially if they're a woman. Crazy that we're giving women options these days. Take away voting, okay? Listen. Fandont and me are on the same page here. Feminism bad. When I started calling Griffin out back in 2020, it was because he was in the middle of making racist posts. I was trying to get him to realize he was being racist, which he never did. And while others brought up him grooming Claire, I would say I didn't know enough about it and just wanted to focus on the wrong he was currently doing. After Miranda Sings' very infamous undoing, it finally clicked with me just how bad the Claire situation was too. Miranda Sings, as far as I'm aware, did not get married to anybody who'd, like, been their fan for, like, a long time. Like, she was weird with children who were random fans publicly. That was the Miranda Sings stuff, right? I can't, like, I don't really see the comparison here. I think, like, they've shown clips of, like, I think Black Griffin, like, with Claire on his shoulders at a con. They're performing. But Claire isn't a random fan. She's a voice actress for the show. These are set up things. It's not the same as Miranda Sings bringing up a random child on stage to have them reach into her pocket. It's just not the same thing. Art Block, welcome in. Hey, buddy. I feel really bad. I'm really sorry. I didn't realize you'd press live until after I'd already gone live and I saw it in the chat. I'm sorry, bro. I'm a terrible friend. Fucking hell. In my defense, I did tell him I was going live. Okay, I did tell him. I hope he had a good slur. I hope he had a good slur. I hope he had a good stream. Fucking hell. Then it's everyone's fault for waking me up. Miranda Sings, that does ring a bell. Can you please give me a bit more of a refresher? Toxic Gossip Train, Ukulele. Bro. Oh, dude. But how exactly was that the moment it clicked? Wasn't it an official comic book artist in the pony fandom that first brought this up? That's interesting that Danny knows that. Technically, yes. Technically, that is true. So Sophie Scruggs did, like, front cover art for, like, the My Little Pony comic. People have been bringing up how creepy it was for him to constantly be around children since he started doing it. Okay, I have to pause here. Do you not understand the fucking irony of what you're saying, Fandont? Do you not think the fact that a load of bronies took over a cartoon show for children is not in and of itself weird? How many fucking conventions had full body pillows of fucking like these cartoon ponies? How much like Volcon was produced? I don't think Black Griffin was the fucking problem. Why the fuck were all of you, why are you still obsessed with a children's television show? I mean, the obsession is so bad. Has anyone been watching these new Adventure Time series with Fiona the cat? Where they've taken Adventure Time and basically made an adult version of it for the fan base. Like, is this not weird to anyone else that we're doing this? Like, even Adventure Time itself twisted and morphed over its lifespan into something that was way more adult focused. It's really weird. Really fucking weird. I mean, what if I came to you and said, yeah, we're going to make an adult Ben 10 cartoon? You'd think I was fucking mental. Also, the fandom shipped Michelle and Gabe. Yeah, that's where it started. It was entirely it was fandom driven on Twitter. Almost a decade and a half ago, people found him so attached to them that many just assumed him and the then Michelle Krieber were together. Look, Gabe was a popular and talented musician. He got picked up and brought into the fandom. That's the reality of it. And look, people wanted Gabe at conventions. They wanted people like Michelle and Claire there to sign things and meet people, but for performances, people wanted Black Griffin. They kind of did make a more adult Ben 10. I'm gonna kill myself. Which led to him making statements ranging from, she's like my sister, we're not together, but if we did get together, technically the age of consent in Canada is 16. So my understanding of comments like this is they were led by fucking Michelle's mother, who was managing the optics for Black Griffin. Now, obviously, I don't want to shit talk Michelle's mother at all, but it does seem that she was not particularly professional as a manager. Okay? I don't think she's still managing Michelle, and she's not managing Gabe. Like she was somebody's mum. This was a lot to deal with, and a lot of the comments that came out of this were like led by her when she was dealing with these weird questions, and she has the optical sense of a brick. James with the 2. Bonk horse famous? No horse menace. True. It is weird. Toastify Live! Welcome in, guys! Welcome in. Thank you for the raid, Toastify. It is weird, but also doing stuff for fans is cool and awesome, but it is weird for non-fans, but it makes sense in terms of the showrunners. Think Avatar or Korra. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of Korra, but yeah, I get what you mean. Here is where he argues in favor of potentially dating the minor he called his sister. He's also wrong with their dynamic at the time. He would have been seen as a figure of authority over here, and therefore not legally allowed to date her. It isn't 16 equals fine, no notes. Bro. I refuse to engage. I got out of Twitch poll. I escaped Twitch politics. I actually refuse to engage in age of consent debates, especially when also so much of this is down to the fact that the people making these tweets were, firstly, when we're talking about the fandom itself, completely fucking crazy. And from the perspective of Black Griffin, unfortunately, much like Michelle's mother, has the optical sense of a fucking brick. I've never met somebody so in need of a fucking PR department to like just check their shit, okay? Like, some people genuinely just need PR because they live with their foot in their mouths. It doesn't make them bad people. Just, I don't know, invest in PR, bro. Just like Anissa's mum, bro, never let your parents manage your shit. It is a terrible fucking idea. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty creepy. I think it'd be good for me to show you some of what he's said and done, because I don't think you've seen much of it. Remember, they're 14 at this point in time. Here are the girls he's constantly around. The one he argued it would be 2 years later to be fine if he dated, but saw as a sister, and the other would later be his wife. They're making a workout video together. They're making content together. This is like, they are being pushed into making content. I can't understand this shit either. You know that this is fucking content. They posted this on YouTube. One of the questions as well is, if Black Griffin was grooming these two girls, why post it on fucking YouTube? I mean, the level of stupidity you'd have to be at to do shit like this is fucking crazy. It's also one of those things as well. I don't think people have been around, like, young teenagers much. Like, do any of you have nephews, nieces, shit like that? Wait, like, or like the kids of friends? Where you're like, yeah, these are my friends' kids. And you kind of like will see them every once in a while. And it's like, yeah, sure, they're at like a family gathering or something. And occasionally you'll go out to a park or some shit. And sometimes, because like you're the like responsible adult, oh, we'll go to the fucking zoo or some shit. You're not grooming these fucking people. You're just doing an activity with them. And I mean, like, I don't blame anyone who's keeping Bronyfandont away from their children. But it is quite obvious that this is a person who has not spent time around kids in, like, a platonic, normal sense. Does remind me, I'm a terrible fucking uncle. It's been, like, 2 years since I saw my nephew. But like, that's not the point. That's by the by, okay? If he ever sees this, I'm sorry. I suck as an uncle. Oh, dude. Someone sent me a Noel picture. Well, the actual video hasn't been recovered because they deleted it. So you don't even know what happened in this fucking video. Since the second image was later found to be part of a different deleted video, shots around the same time, it had been them stretching and talking about video 1, and then the three of them driving and heading into the woods alone with him. So they made a video where they're like going through the woods and they find like some dead raccoons or something. It's like, it's not even, it's just, again, they're making content. The only time that Black Griffin is alone with these two girls is that video. Every other time the parents are around, Michelle lives, like, particularly in the case of Claire, there are other adults present. The only time is when they're in the woods. Is that where all the grooming happened? On the walk to the fucking woods that's like 15 minutes away from Michelle's house? Absolutely fucking crazy shit, bro. This goes against claims they made that he was never around them when they were minors without another adult present. I don't believe they expected the video to be recovered with the help of the Wayback Machine. Into the Woods? How do we know that? Because the video was recovered with the help of the Wayback Machine. You can watch it even now. Have you provided a link to show others? Oh, interesting. I actually might need to steal that at some point. The Wayback Machine can sometimes make videos difficult to watch, so it's better to, it is a better service link for this. Thank you. Now let's move back to the Saber controversy again, if we may. Do you still really think he meant harm to Emmy for his own benefit? I think this is a really strange time to suggest we pivot to something entirely different, but fine. Back during the events accused? No, I think he just didn't understand consent or social cues, which doesn't make it okay. Now, yes, I believe he's vindictive. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? Okay, back during the events accused, no, I think he just didn't understand consent or social cues. You're calling him a rapist, bro! Also cool how they don't believe Claire about her dad, and they don't believe Claire about Black Griffin. Lamau, believe all victims. Yeah, it's literally believe all victims, because the one, except this one that I don't like. It's absolutely fucking wild. You are calling Saberspark a rapist. What do you mean, bro? That is a specific claim. How exactly do you think he is vindictive now? Don't worry, we will get to back to the Black Griffin issue. From my understanding, they both come back together a bit, as you said before in an earlier answer. The game intrudes with the two. Drop something in the Discord on topic for this. Did you at me in the Discord with it? Let me have a look. I did a diss track. parody of Jack Parker beats. I may listen to that later. I quite want this stream to stay copyright free because I want to make some money off it. I'm very transparent. How exactly do you think he's vindictive now? La 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 la. He could have shown his text himself on his own platform. Instead, he went and gave them in a video made by a random, extremely niche drama tuber that features things like an interview with a con chair where they're asked if Sophie will get banned. Bro, he's so mad about me. Bro hates me. Now, to be clear, I am an incredibly niche drama channel. Even by the standards of drama channels, I'm very, very niche. But in this case, that makes me like the perfect person to cover this. Because sorry, hold on. Side note, hold on. someone just messaged me something completely separately to this. I might talk about it later. That's very fucking funny. Holy shit. Okay, I'll just tell you. Somebody put, I won't tell you who, but somebody put out a new video essay. Somebody who's got like drama with me, who hates another person who really hates my fucking guts. They put in a load of work to it. It got so little views. They are not a small YouTuber. It got so few views, like under 10k. I think it's under 5k. That they've deleted the video after a week. They've removed it. Holy fuck, that's so funny. Oh, dude, that's made my night. Dude, what a fucking day. This brings me so much fucking joy. Bro, I mean, I'd do the same thing. If I got a video, if I was a YouTuber of that person's size and nobody fucking watched my new essay, I'd delete it. I'd delete it in shame too, you fucking hack. Anyway. Okay, firstly, the reason I asked... Okay, I've been very transparent about this as well. The reason I asked that con chair whether Sophie would be banned... Firstly, I wanted another voice in there. But secondly, it was just to piss off Sophie. A few people have asked me about this. It's like, how relevant is that section with Thornwing? Well, I think that Thornwing actually coming and talking on a stream was far more relevant and far more interesting. He was great, actually. If people want to dig up that stream and go and watch it, it's good little stream. But yeah, I did it to annoy Sophie. That's why I did it. Again, totally transparent. But in the case of like niche drama tuber, yes, I am probably the best person to talk about this story because I understand enough of the fandom without being in the fandom, and at the same time I can actually do research. And frankly, we reached out and talked to them. Nobody else was prepared to do that. None of the fucking bigger channels did too. Nobody, and I do mean this, nobody else reached out to Saberspark. Not people who've known him, not friends, no other content creators. It's actually fucking wild. Nobody had reached out to Claire and Michelle. It's actually unbelievably fucking incompetent how this story has been handled. Like, I don't want to like sound like I'm just like, oh, I'm Beckett from Copenhagen. I'm so amazing. Bro, I did the bare fucking minimum. It's just I'm one of the few people who did. And frankly, Falgi did a lot of the heavy lifting on that and deserves a huge amount of fucking credit for it. This person is known for their harassment of others, abundance of saying the R-slur, and would later host a contest where people drew my character being beaten and killed. One of his peers would ask them to have me killed and raped, which they then liked the comment. This is like a comment like Slug made. And I think I've addressed this as well, but I'll reiterate it here. I like things really fucking randomly. I tend to just go through and like random shit. In Slug's case, it's Slug, and I was just like, oh, dude, I'll give you a little bit of support. There you go. Have a nice like. Because it's whatever, right? But I've constantly said that I don't want Fandont dead, but I'm also not going to moral frog about Slug saying some unhinged shit. I don't care. I don't care. It's not that big a deal. As for the hosting the context where my character was beaten and killed. I don't think your character was dead in any of them, for a start. And secondly, why are you hating art, Bonk? I thought this was just art. So, what's this? So when you draw a rape comic, it's just drawing, guys. When I have some art commissioned, it's suddenly I'm a monster. Also, I am not known for my harassment of others. I'm known for sitting on the fence and networking with everybody, okay? That's what I'm known for. I'm known for just randomly, like, sticking my nose into stories. I don't think, like, harassment. Bro, have you met the rest of the fucking... Have you met Queeman? You want fucking harassment? Bro, Queeman's like a fucking pit bull. Compared to a lot of commentary, I am way more fucking chilled out. I think Malcolm is more fucking, like, pit bully than I am. And maybe not with Fandont. Maybe not with Fandont. I'm very, very keyed in, I suppose. There was no reason to come to this person. Saber had a massive platform where he'd already partly addressed this before. Instead, he went to somebody without a platform, and I believe the point was that they can be cruel so Saber could seem to have clean hands. I'll be honest with you, and I said this in the second video. The Saber Spark stuff has not done much. Like, it's maybe double what I'd expect for like a standard video that we put out. The idea that I don't have a platform, again, I hate talking about, like, I found this when I was tweeting about some of this. I hate talking about it like, oh, I do have a platform. What are you talking about? Because, like, again, I'm a hobbyist YouTuber. This isn't my job. This is me fucking around on the internet. But, like, obviously, like, I've been involved in many, many stories over the last 2 years. So much so that Chud Logic started bitching about how involved in everything I was. When it comes to, like, things like the ACC, I am a significant commentator on ACC drama. Probably from a drama perspective, me and Chris are the most significant ACC drama commentators these days. We were very involved in the Mr. Beast. We were incredibly involved in the Mr. Beast story. I was the first person to even make a dog pack video. K-Huck raid? K-Huck raid! Thank you for the raid, K-Huck. Also, Rain with 2. Stop bragging about the fence, post up your ass. Thank you, buddy. Like, this just idea from Fandont that I was an absolute fucking nobody before the Saberspark stuff. I've seen this reiterated on places like Reddit. I mean, like, I won't pretend this isn't, like, a really good drama for me to cover. But, yeah, it's not the only thing I do. I didn't talk about it for months. At least not in detail. I went through a significant period where just nothing was happening. I talked about ACC stuff. My jar video is still way fucking bigger than my, Saberspark stuff. Anyway. Actually, I mean, even talking about the Chris Tyson stuff, like, things like the Shadman list, the Chris Tyson Discord logs. I've been featured on Drama Alert, for fuck's sake. Like, it's not like this has been any like, oh my god, the Saberspark drama. When Keemstar was talking about me, that was nothing, but here we are now. Come on, bro. Anyway. There are other reasons why I believe this as well, but they involve information that is not mine to share. What? Like what? I'm a secret Saberspark fan? Bro. Look at my first tweet about him. I called him autistic. I said that he was probably... I've said that Saberspark still probably had nightmares of being shoved into lockers. I was not nice about Saberspark as a person when this started. I've got to know him a bit now. And I do like him. But that's because of this drama. You can believe me or not about that, but I don't think more than what I've pointed out is necessary regardless. I think he did show them on his Twitter, but about this more information. Is it from Emmy herself? And can you fully trust her yourself? She does have a lot of controversies of her own, and from a lot of what I heard, she's not afraid to throw people under the bus. He showed them as a video stinger for that channel. He linked the video on his Twitter, and no, it isn't from Emmy. It's from others Saber has harassed off the public timeline. Saber has harassed people? I'm sorry, look. If you feel like you have been harassed by somebody like Saberspark, you need to get a grip, because Saberspark is a fairly cuddly fellow who's a furry. Saberspark is not harassing anybody. He doesn't have it in him to bully somebody, okay? Good God, we're talking about an animation reviewer on fucking YouTube. We get it. You're so important, you Poncy Ginger. Thank you, Hoz, for the 2. I just feel like it's a bitch thing to have to point out, but it's such cope from Fandont. And I like the downplaying. He talks a lot about platform with people like internet adjacent as well. His standard for this is like, well, do you have a consistent baseline audience? And he, like, I think in either this conversation or another one, he brings up and says that Lazy Bedhead is the only true content creator with a platform to cover this. Mr. Enter's covered this. Mr. Enter has a bigger platform than both me and Lazy. Cartoon She's covered this story. Lanza has covered this story. All bigger content creators, all with a platform. If Saber went to a big channel, Bonk would still be bitching. Yes. Yes, that's completely the reality. And I mean, again, look, I get on really well with Lazy, and Lazy has more subs than me, but our view counts are very, very similar. Like, Lazy's been making content a lot longer than me. But yeah, view-wise, I'm probably comparable to Lazy Bedhead. So again, it's cope from Bonk. But that's as much ego stroking as I'm going to do. Because I think it's cringe as well, guys. Okay? I truly think it's cringe as well. There are more victims of Saber coming to you then. People he's harassed, not something more criminal. Who the fuck is coming to Bronyfandont saying that Saber harassed me? Holy fuck, bro. Dude. You're harassed over what exactly? You're focused on and asking a lot of questions about something I said up front I couldn't talk more about. It's not my information to tell. Only mentioned knowing more because there was more to my belief that Saber is vindictive. It would be nice to know, but alright. But don't you think Emmy lost a lot of credibility when she told her story to KP and they both edited it to look more convincing? No, Emmy isn't KP. I'm not saying she is, but she, her, and another, if I remember correctly, named Emma, did talk to Amy, but did talk about adding and taking away things from the story. How do you also feel about KP coming out and saying that she's going publicly no contact with Emma? Again, Amy. Oh, no, you're talking about Courtney. Courtney. This is talking about Courtney, isn't it? Fuck. Okay. I don't know who that is. I don't think it matters. KP was someone who did everything for herself, much like you, Bonk. And any attention she gets now is out of spectacle for how massively she blew up people's lives. Her doing more for herself above others now isn't surprising. She's already over. True. Have you heard about how she is now copyright striking any video people make of her? And if you could redo this, who would you pick instead to send Emmy to with her story? I heard, but I don't know what evidence people have of it being her doing it, because I haven't looked into it. For all I know, it's not her, though I don't care much either way. If I couldn't, I'd have done it myself. I didn't originally because I was overwhelmed at the time. Bro. Okay, man. Fuck, I mean, dude, I don't know what to tell you. I've fought the last 7 strikes on my channel and won all of them, so you know, I don't know what it is about me, but it is fucking wild that I have been, like, this channel's been up for 2 years and I have been copyright struck 7 times vindictively to get me to stop laughing at people. Dude. That's not a normal amount of times to be... Do you know Chud Logic doesn't get struck like I do? Queeman doesn't get struck. No, nobody else seems to get fucking struck like this. What the fuck? I'm just a little guy. I see. May I ask with what? Or is it too personal? If so, let me ask something else then. Did you know that in the YouTube comments you showed me before that was apparently her mother that was answering for Gabe? I've been told she was his manager at the time. I was suicidal in October 2024. When approached, you already knew about that time in May 25. May 25. I suffer from depression, and the reactions people were having to things confirming to me that empathy wasn't something that anyone else could feel often makes me see no hope. Okay. I'm probably going to talk about this in the side vid. People use empathy wrong. What people mean is sympathy. Listen, we're just going to do empathy meaning. I feel like this actually matters. I'm not going to bring up Google because I fucking hate the AI thing that comes up. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person, often described as walking in their shoes. It sees the world from their perspective. It involves both recognizing and understanding someone else's emotions. What people mean is sympathy. Okay? That is what people mean. Empathy, for example, I happen to be a very, very empathetic person. It is a very useful trait to have as a commentator because it allows me to understand why people are doing things and what their perspective of it is. But it doesn't make me a good person. Because, like, I can use that ability to empathize with people to fuck with them far, far better. And actually, one of the things that, like, if you read counterterrorism literature, you'll find is that empathy is quite important for, like, understanding why terrorists do things. It's not about sympathizing with a terrorist perspective. You want to empathize with their actions so you can better predict them and provide counters to them. Now, Fandont is actually very unempathetic. He cannot understand why another person would feel the way they do. That is the definition of lacking empathy. He cannot put himself in the position of another human being. And this is quite common. Like, a lot of people, it's about emotional intelligence. But it also, again, I cannot emphasize this enough, does not make you a good person. Beckett studies in terrorism inspire this channel. Yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those things that I think people really need to grasp because people have started using it on the internet to mean, well, being an empathetic person means that you're just totally going to care about somebody and you just want them to be all right. No, that is sympathy. You are sympathizing with them. These are not the same fucking things. They're not interchangeable. Words have meaning. Fuck. And I've said this about Sai. Like, Sai's problem, and the reason Sai ends up in so much drama, is because Sai lacks the ability to empathize. She understands why the word queer to her is a slur. She cannot empathize with another human being as to why they'd see the word retard. Retard? What the fuck? I sound like Drit Focket. What is wrong with me today? Why the word retarded is a slur. Okay, she can't put herself in that position. And that's why when people come to her and say, hey, this word you've said, like you saying the N word, offends me. She's like, you're a fucking idiot. It's not offensive. I have a reason. What you're telling me, Beckett, is you're an empath. Most well-adjusted people at some level will be empaths. It's a human thing. You should be able to read other people's emotions. Unless you are actually autistic, you should be able to have some level of empathy because you should be able to look at another person's situation and go, I know how that would make me feel. Again, very, very simple. And part of the reason that I find it so easy to mess with Fandont is because I can empathize with Fandont. There are parts of what Fandont does that I can recognize and go, right, I see that and I understand why you're taking that action with the information you have, with the way your life looks, with, like, I can look at it and go, I understand why you have so little in your life that you need this. I understand your feelings of loneliness, of depression, of sadness. It just doesn't change the fact that I'm still going to be fucking mean to you. That's it. This is going to be my new thing, by the way. I think Star Giant Productions has done it to me. I think it was the Star Giant Productions stuff where I was like, we need to talk about what empathy actually means. I'm sick of fucking hearing it. Anyway. I need a cigarette, guys. I was like, oh, I can go live for like an hour and a half or something. We'll just cover it. We can go for 3 fucking hours. My favorite ginger bashing his favorite hater. Thank God it's Friday. Dude, best use of thank God it's Friday. That gets an actual fucking heart. Thank you for the 2 barrel. That's fucking amazing. Did I miss any super chats, by the way? Have I missed any? No, I think I'm good. I think I've got all of them. Let me roll this cigarette. We'll go back to reading. We're getting there. I don't know how far down we are. Using empathy to manipulate is super based. Listen, I don't lie. I'm a monster. I've told you all. I'm very open, okay? Open book. Holy fuck. One of my mates just asked if you were Colossal is crazy. Dude, I wish I was fucking Colossal. Dude, I'd love to have fucking Colossal's voice. Colossal's voice is incredible. Dude, the way he rolls some of his words, absolutely fucking god tier. Wish he wasn't so fucking lazy. He's only comment cop, true. Okay. As for the manager thing, no. Gabriel's mother wasn't his manager. It was Michelle Krieber's mother, Monique. But I don't believe she wrote those comments. This is the first I've heard someone suggest that, and I'd need proof to buy it. That is not... If it is the first time you have heard this, you have not been paying attention, moron. It's been said multiple fucking times. It's been said... I think it's been said by both Gabe and Michelle. This is just fucking nonsense. Also, I need proof to buy it. Why is this the thing you'd need fucking proof of? You're running on so many assumptions, but like you're sat here going, oh yeah, but actually in this case, I think we need some hard evidence for that claim, don't we? I'm gonna actually have to bring out Black Griffin's fucking autism diagnosis, aren't I? Fuck it. If I can, if he'll give it to me, I'll ask him. Do you know what? I will message Black Griffin and ask, and if he'll give it to me, I'll fucking shut. I'm at that point. We're reaching that point. Actually, I think that would be very funny, but I am a monster. Anyway. Dude. Could you imagine could you imagine me posting that on Twitter? That'd be so insane. I'd have completely lost my fucking mind. Let's say, just for the purpose of this is a joke. He doesn't need to give me his fucking autism diagnosis. I did Michelle's mother beforehand, but, and while I find this a bit odd too, that she'd be the one commenting, it doesn't make sense as to why Gabe hung around Michelle so much, and Michelle was the one to come out and say that her mother was the one doing the comments. Monique shouldn't have tried advancing her daughter's career by getting men to live in their house. This is true, by the way. I don't disagree with Fandont here. This is just fucking accurate. Listen, like, it wasn't just Gabe. This fucking Mondo Pony or whatever the fuck his name is now. No goal? How are we supposed to get stickers? Yeah, the goals aren't working, but it is you kicking, so please enjoy this sticker. Dude, I love this new cami artwork. I just told them to do a doodle, and they did a full animation. It's so based. Yes, Monique shouldn't have done that. We all agree with that. Also, good morning, Daddy Beckett. Good morning, Kicking. I hope you're good today. Thank you for the 20 Swedish. Griffin wasn't the only one she offered a room to. Multiple other musicians were too. I'm not sure how many others, if any, accepted besides him. But not only was it harmful to her daughter, it also painted Gabriel as being a close family friend that eventually got to stay, which isn't true. That is true. Gabe was a family friend. Monique knew him as a musician before she invited him to come and stay. It wasn't, oh, I randomly heard his music. And also, Gabe then moves to become this family, like close family friend who's known them for a long time, and they know him as well. I am nothing if not a swift overachiever. Okay, actually, okay, you probably need a wrench. There we go. Dude, it's so fucking good. Now Michelle is saying things like age is just a number because it's been normalized for her, just like Claire. The two teens, he was always around. When they're saying this, my understanding is, I'd have to read the full comments, but my understanding is it was when, like, the question around Gabe actually marrying Claire came around. Because the reality is that a lot of people were like, yeah, this is kind of weird. We're happy for you. It's not, like, illegal, but yeah, it is kind of crazy. I think Saberspark said this. He's like, yeah, that is, like, that's a weird way for things to turn out. But it's not grooming. It's not criminal. And frankly, I've met Claire. It makes a lot more sense when you know Claire. Can you show me where she says this? Here she says at the very end. I don't think Gabe would groom them to think this. If anything, that sounds more like something her mum would have her think. She even mentioned that a 10-year relationship gap. You're assuming Gabriel wasn't the one posting his account, and that the man who would go on to marry one of the two teenagers he was always around. Always around! It's... Dude, this is fan fiction. Made rape jokes on stage recently. What? When the fuck was this? Made rape jokes on stage recently. Convinced Michelle to do a minstrel show with him. Did with aerobics. Aerobics. The fuck is wrong with me? Aerobics with both kids. Constantly mentioned how his own parents were an age gap relationship as an excuse for him getting involved with the kid he was around. Thinking 99% of racism isn't real. Repeatedly would message his minor fans and so on and so on. You're saying this doesn't sound in line with him. Look. You have, let's be clear about this. You have 2 examples of Gabe messaging his fans. One of which you don't even have the fucking DMs for. You actually, no. Fandont has 1 example of Black Griffin messaging an underage fan on Snapchat. And the conversation is completely platonic. It's just a fan interaction. You don't have any other DMs with Black Griffin. If Black Griffin was grooming Dorothy, for example, where are those messages? Where's any of this stuff? You'd think after, like, what? Apparently he's a monster who's been doing this for well over a decade. Surely there'd be more of it, right? There's fucking nothing. The guy who was publicly reaching out to Shane Dawson trying to meet up long after Shane was beyond exposed for the things that were never a secret in the first place. That guy, he quote tweeted him. Why was he trying to reach out to Shane? Because he was excited he used his music in a video and tried using it to suggest they meet up. That is rather bad. How about the controversy with her father? Or is that Michelle? I believe he does the voice for Goku, and he's apparently been abusive. Claire has accused her parents of being abusive. I wouldn't normally cast doubt on something like that. However, every specific detail she's given has seemed very understandable for a parent to do if trying to get their child away from a predator. And considering how Claire has lied many times and sees nothing wrong with anything her husband does or has done, I find it hard to trust her judgment. Absolutely unbelievable, bro! The lack of legit proof is astonishing. Yes, it really is Dingo. Am I saying that right? Thank you for the 2. Yes, believe all victims. Believe Emmy. You know, the person with a dozen sex scandals, memory issues, and like her own statements that she is a people pleaser. Believe Emmy. But don't believe Claire. You know, the person with recorded evidence. Fuck me. I wish I could go through some of the other stuff. Now I'm doing what Fandont's doing. I'm teasing. And maybe, do you know what? Fandont sat here going, you should be afraid. You should be afraid of what I have in the works. Bro, if Fandont drops something, or if anyone drops something, I'll be fucked, especially if it's something that, like, tips the scales enough that I'd be like, okay, cool, we can talk about these things. I will be fucking ecstatic. I clearly want to, I so want to talk about some of this stuff, bro. So, some of the shit. It's so much deeper. Like, Fandont's, like, scrabbling around for, like, crumbs, and I'm like, bro... I've got like I've got like Jar's Tower of Babel shit going on in the background where I'm just like, holy fuck. I can't listen. Oh dude, if I ever get the fucking chance. Oh, listen, this might be enough to get me to go and try and talk to them again and be like, can I please talk about some of this shit? I so want it. Anyway, she's even claimed I was her father before. It's because you tweet, it's because, like, Ian ran alt accounts. Claire's proved this, by the way. Ian has confessed to it. So she assumed that Bronyfandont was another one of her dad's alt accounts. Does that seem normal to you guys? Does that seem normal? Your parent running an alt account to slander your husband? Does that sound like normal behavior for a father? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but none of my parents have ever, like, run alt accounts to try and slander somebody I was dating. Maybe I didn't give it enough time. Maybe my mother died too quickly. Maybe she'd be, like, there right now with an alt account tweeting at one of my ex-girlfriends or some shit. Actually, saying that, she probably would do that. But she would have done it to be mean and laughed about it. And told me. Bro, have I ever told you guys my mother had a Twitter troll account? My mother used to troll Guardian journalists in her 60s. She got like 3,000 followers trolling Guardian journalists. Bro. Have you ever gotten in contact with her father to ask more details? The only time I ever talked with her father was before all of me calling out Griffin. Before they were together, I went to his empty booth at BronyCon, and we talked about the Sly Cooper movie he was supposed to star in, but didn't end up being made. You mean when she was blocked by Count Dankula? Yes, my mum was blocked by Count Dankula. Count Dankula tweeted out, "There's one word the establishment fears, Count Dankula." And my mum tweeted, "That's 2 words," and he blocked her. She phoned me. She was like, "Why has this guy blocked me? Do you know who Count Dankula is, Beckett?" Bro. Fuck. Okay, I'm totally losing my train of thought. Oh, fuck. Okay, then. I do have another topic-changing question. Sorry, I'm throwing you around here with my ADHD brain, but what is your full opinion on Rain? What do you think of that organization that you didn't know who it was? You had no idea. You thought it was a content creator. I hope it helps people who need it. I don't know enough about it to say if it's effective or not, or if there are concerns with them, but I'd like to hope it simply helps all people that need it. What about your stance on coming to the police with these types of situations? I personally believe it's more of a gamble if they'll help or hurt you, based on statistics as well as personal experiences. I've never told anyone not to go to the police, but I also would never insist anyone should. While they should be there to help, this is America. Okay, Donald. Hail the Empress of Petty. True. Thank you for the 2-barrel. Bro. Also, like, Fandont absolutely has said that people shouldn't go to, like, he's a abolished the police person. Would you argue that getting someone offline is more important than getting someone off the streets? No. Would you be interested in talking to everyone involved in this, like Claire, Michelle, and even Gabe himself? If so, what would you want to ask and talk about to them? Anything or anyone in or maybe outside of this doc even? Would I want to? No. Each of them has me, friends of mine, and his victims' lives. Do you mean has made? Okay. Has made mine and his victims' lives absolute hell. But I would, if it was in an environment where I could get them to answer why they're okay with this and that for people to see. Bond got laughed out of a police station, no bat. Yes, Kairais, totally believe that. Any questions you would want to ask them specifically? I have a question for you, actually. What do you believe I've lied about in any of my answers to you? What haven't I been transparent about? Are you pretending to be civil for me or for them? Bro thinks he's being gang stalked. Look, I mean, I say this so many times when it comes to, like, Fandont and people like him. If you turn your life into a circus, you cannot blame people for turning up to laugh at the clowns. It's just the reality. And there's something about putting yourself out there with this kind of stuff. Now, look, there's people who've made content on me laughing about it. For those who don't know, like, a lot of people have asked over the years, like, why is it that Queeman gets on with you? And, like, because Queeman, like, fucking hates everybody. Why are you the exception, Becca? And I think a big part of it is because, like, when Queeman has laughed at me or made content on me, I've never given a shit. Like, Chud has made content laughing at me. Like, when I have, like, a personal drama or something. Fucking hell, Chud covered, like, a load of my, like, relationship drama. I've never taken any of it personally. That's it. It's fair game. That's the world we exist in as commentators. What I can't trust is you talking about the victims. I know they want privacy, but they are threatening others' privacies. If you want true justice, they need to comply, and best of all, comply with actual authorities, people who have trained their lives for this. Destiny came forward, and the people you talked to casually tried to ruin her life. Destiny came out with unsubstantiated... Like, okay, here's this thing. Believable victims, sure. But if you are coming forward with a story, you better be prepared to be scrutinized. I'm sorry, that's just the reality. That's just the reality. I don't know much about the Destiny drama itself. If you want to, please explain to me to better understand her and your side. I think this continues over here. Okay. Yeah, I think it does. Fucking hell, bro. More. So much more. I'm being civil with you for my own benefit. It's been honestly a wonder getting answers from you. But I won't lie, I have my doubts about some things. And not just all that you've told me, but from what I've heard from others too. People can just say things, yet do something different. Why was it a wonder? I opened myself up to answering questions by saying ask me anything. It's weird that you all feel the only way you can have a normal conversation is if it's framed through pretending. Bro, I think at one point I offered you $150 to talk to me for 45 minutes. And you ran. I offered to talk to you. Multiple other people have offered to talk to you, and you've refused to do it. Fandont's cope about this was like, you wouldn't give me the money anyway. Bro, you're begging for money. You're begging for money. In fact, actually, fuck it. I'll put it back up. You want somebody to answer questions. You want to talk to me. I want to talk to you. Well, you don't want to talk to me. You're fucking terrified of me. Dang, $150. It was originally $150 because multiple people put in other amounts of money as well. I'm sure we can put it back up to 100. I'm sure we can crowdfund $150. Fuck, I'll pay it myself. I can throw $150 at this. Offers back on the table, Fandont. $150. And, like, Fandont's like, oh, you wouldn't give it to me. I can't dodge from that. I can't offer to pay you money for a conversation and then not pay you. I kind of have to. Because otherwise you'd have me over a barrel optically. You can be like, this Beckett guy, he lied. He lied. Stream it and give him half the chats. Then I'd have to do breakdown. I suppose I could. Yeah, I'd be open to, like, offers, basically. Fandont, people have been trying to talk to you. This is the most anyone's got out of you. Lazy Bedhead had a conversation with you. It's a couple of hours. Went over that. Most of that is fucking mental. If Beckett is offering to pay you, you take the money. Yeah, I'm not. Look, I won't lie about shit like that. Did they ask you to change subjects once you started agreeing with me? Or did you want to stop going down that road yourself? Or did you lie about agreeing too? Why do you believe the contest to draw my characters getting beaten and killed was fine? Bro. Why would you believe that? My poor characters. Were you being genuine in response to my attempts, or did you secretly find it funny? I think none of this is funny. It deals with people's lives and livelihood. Believe me or not, I stand by what I said. But you were aware of people egging you on, like it was a big scheme. You know what they do, and how they talk about all this, and you played along. It's not a big joke to you, it is to them, very openly, and it doesn't seem to bother you as much as I do, apparently. There is no difference between Psy scribbles and Cope and Seethe, aside from Psy gets emotional, warranted or not. They do the exact same thing, cross the exact same lines, the exact same way. Psy just got the wrong person to find out about her first. Fucking hell. Rain! Make it 200. Thank you for the $50. Fucking hell, Rain. Thank you so much. Please enjoy this other Cammy sticker. Please enjoy the Sticker Mac. Thank you. That is fucking awesome. Hell fucking yeah. Okay. So, here's the thing about this. I thought cartoons were all joke bonk. True, Kai Rise. Thank you for the 2. Do you know why? Nobody can, because people have tried coming after me the way they came after Psy, with calling Psy racist and stuff. Do you know why that works on Psy but doesn't work on me? Because if somebody calls me fascist, I just laugh and say, yeah, probably. You're racist? Lamau. Who cares? I don't care what people's opinions are. There are plenty of people on the internet who think that I'm bigoted or fascist or whatever because they see Cope and Seethe or they see some random comment I've made over the years and they're like, this person, like, and again, it just doesn't matter. You can't attack me the way that you can attack someone like Psy. That's the reality. And I don't just do what Psy did. I do far deeper research than Psy does. This isn't even a slight on Psy. We're just not the same. We're just not in the same category. I don't think even Psy would argue with this. Because, like, again, even Psy says, oh, this guy, like, Beckett guy's talented. I thought he could do better than just being a random shit poster. You want to pretend they're reasonable? Team, I hope Bonk gets raped and killed. As much as I hate all those mites, I wouldn't treat anyone the way they do. Because it would make me a problem too. I'm not going to block you, but I'm moving on from you. Hold on, we'll have a look at the other fucking comments. Mesosphinx with 10 for the interview fund. Thank you very much. Listen, I'll happily give him money to talk to me. Hey, Bowser. With the 2. You use Discord DMs, hope I'm not being bothered. I'm crap at responding. But you're not a bother. People can DM me, it's fine. Okay, let's have a look at some of these. Because they continue in 2 places. Let's go with the first one. No, I don't think it's funny. I hate that that happened. Okay. Oh, this is just comments from Danny without responses. Okay. I think we're pretty much done with Fandont's responses. Let's see if we've got anything else from the Brony himself. Bro, this got comments. Is it back up? Oh, no, it's not. Hey, I just want you to know you don't have to be tied to this one topic. I think most of us would agree you've gone above and beyond the Call of Duty of the situation. You can focus on other stuff if you want to. Hell, even if it doesn't feel right anymore. Holy fuck, bro. This is not a good sign. Dude. Len with the 50 sticker with the little fucking rocket. Is that a pear on a rocket? Bro, yeah, guys, thank you so much. You can also have a sticker. Please enjoy this. Actually. Do you know what we haven't had tonight? We haven't had an Avi sticker. Please enjoy an Avi sticker. Yes. Dude, I have so many stickers. Thank you so much. That's so hyper-based. You guys have all been fucking so hyper-based tonight. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else. No, it's mostly just the same. Did I miss anything that was interesting in the Q&A? I think that's most of it, isn't it? No, it's just Fandom being fucking crazy. Holy shit, bro. He didn't have to come back. He didn't have to come back. He could have been free. He could have been free. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Let me see something somebody sent me. Oh, dude. Okay, somebody sent me something interesting, but I don't think it's for this stream. But I think it's definitely for another stream. Listen, we're not done with this story. We're never fucking done with this story, are we? Let me check my DMs on Twitter as well. Just make sure there's nothing. No one sent me something particularly interesting or crazy relevant. I can't see anything immediately. Danny Boy with the 5. Just because I have found what I've seen up to this point entertaining. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Listen, I aim to please. Or at least vaguely entertain. And have no sleep schedule. It is 5 o'clock in the morning. Holy fuck, guys. I was going to get an early night. Sleep a load. Be really chilled out. All right. Let's spend some time talking to chat. I'm gonna bring chat on screen actually. Give me a second. Let me get chat on screen. You guys haven't been on screen for a little while, and it's because it like fucks with my computer a bit. And then I get annoyed. Where the fuck is my? Where is my sticker? Where is my chat board? Okay, there we go. Is it you? Yeah, it does. Bring chat on screen. How you doing, guys? Come sit up here with me, okay? How we doing? So, any final thoughts? Anything lingering? Let me know. My Backrooms Marvel fanfiction is almost 5,000 words. Congratulations. That is a horrifying thing to string together. I'm actually, dude, if you send it to me, I might read it. That sounds actually very funny. I totally watched that. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Is Vlad live doing a... Is Vlad doing a Defense of Psy Scribbles stream? Okay. Look, I'm gonna send you over to Vlad next when we're done here, but he is edgy, be warned. He is far more edgy than I am. So there's your warning for Vlad. Are you gonna mention Bonk calling Claire a piece of shit in my fight with him? Oh fuck, yeah, I mean, I will now. I don't have the tweet to hand, but yes. Actually unbelievable. Bro is so mad at her. I think, like, more than anyone, Claire's done damage to the narrative, because the minute people heard Claire's voice in the video, they couldn't pretend that she was a fucking child pony anymore. They had to acknowledge that she was an adult woman, and then they were fucked. Dude. First time I've been able to catch a stream with you. It's 2 p.m. here, so normally I can't watch live. Well, I'm glad that you finally got the opportunity. And for those of you who do watch the VOD, for everyone who lurks, and all the just general people who subscribe and come and watch things, please know that I do massively appreciate you all. Okay? Massively. It's not just the live chats. Beckett, you find and cover monsters. How the fuck do you not want to rope yourself more often? I don't know. I find a lot of this stuff so insane. It's great. Dude. And you know what else is massive? True. Bonk is hard projecting. He's definitely a PDF. I don't know if Bonk's a pedophile. I don't know if I'd call Bonk a pedophile. I think Bonk is a deeply disturbed individual, is what I think. I think Bonk is desperately in need of love and attention. A lot of the time I say that I don't think people were bullied enough as children. I think Bonk genuinely just wasn't hugged enough as a child. Being parasocial again, I see. So true, wifey. Thank you. Says the person who I'm probably most parasocial with. Another sticker? Go on then, Kicken. Thank you for the 20 Swedish. Let's have another Cammy sticker. Oh no, I want to do the bowl. I want to do the bowl. Dude, this bowl is so good. I love crazy chat. Oh. He doesn't view CP as what it is. I think that a lot of people watching cartoons into their adult years have had their brains fairly twisted. But I think a lot of it is he's a lonely gooner. And that's what he likes to goon to. But I am ridiculously careful with the word pedophile. It takes quite a lot for me to... Like, I think you should use words like pedophile, predator, groomer, rapist very, very carefully, or they lose meaning. And I know that some people say, well, like, and this is no one, I'm not talking to anybody watching, obviously, like, currently. But, like, I know that some people are like, well, Beckett just doesn't believe victims. But for those of you, again, who don't watch me very much, or who didn't see me last year, I've defended people like Amber Heard during the case. I was like, some of this is fucking wild that she's getting done over like this. And obviously in like the stuff that kind of got her the win in the UK case was suppressed in the American one. And at the same time, like when the I Am Alex stuff happened, everyone dismissed Kirsty, Inaba's ex-girlfriend, and because she released a document, and everyone dismissed her. They were like, this is a clout grab. Except for me. I argued with other people in commentary. There is a now recording episode of me arguing with the boys over this. Because I was like, nah, the shit with Inaba's dog? Kirsty's a fucking victim. What are we doing? So, like, this idea that I just don't believe victims is crazy. It's just, it doesn't bear out in reality. I have defended people. I've taken the unpopular position in defending people. Thoughts on Bonk basically starting all of this because he didn't like the fact that his waifu, crazy to think this of a cartoon pony. I think that a lot of this is to do with, like, I think it's partly to do with that. But I think when it's like, it's not like directly his waifu. I think it's to do with he wants to be horse famous. Like all this shit of like the role play and everything else. I think he wanted to be horse famous. And then he sees someone like Black Griffin, which isn't unique to Bonk. People like Sophie Scruggs, KP, many other people in the fandom seem to feel this way about Gabe. Where they basically like freak out because this one guy has got far closer to like the actual showrunners than they ever did. It's a little late to be horse famous, I think. I agree. I absolutely agree. That ship has fucking sailed. Dude. Beckett, will you do an interview with me about Bonk killing my puppy? And if you ask me for proof, you defend puppy killers according to Bonk's logic? Dude. I mean, like, you can look at the jar video. I say this in the jar video. People came to me about jar with accusations I couldn't substantiate, and they had no platform, and they wanted to remain anonymous. And I refused to run those allegations. I refused to run them. Other people did, and some of that bit people in the ass. I'm super fucking careful. I double and triple check what things, like, is this enough? Actually, interestingly enough, if you go and watch the Hypnotist Sappho video, which is like one of the more unpopular videos on the channel, I think it's only got like 20,000 views. But if you go and watch that, I provide a beginning proviso where I'm like, I'm not sure if this is Sappho. I can't prove it. I think it is. That's my opinion. And actually, having looked at it deeper, I don't know if I entirely stand by it now. I think the video's fine regardless. But, like, even with that, I was going to other people who were agreeing with me or could hear it, like, hear the way, like, speech patterns were. And I want to be fair. I don't do hatchet jobs. It's just not a thing. Hell, some of the people bitched at me about my first, like Dickers wasn't happy with my first Saberspark video because I was too nice to KP. I was too charitable. Hello, Becca. I came with the K-Huck raid much earlier, just lurking. Thank you, Zero Core. Listen, luck is appreciated. Guys, if you've enjoyed the content, please do like and subscribe. I've been told that I should stop telling people to dislike the streams because it will fuck up their ability to see the streams in the algorithm. Like, it won't recommend it to them. So, I might stop doing that. I still don't care. You can still dislike the stream, but I got bitched at over it. Okay? They were like, that's a dumb thing to do. Stop doing it. So, like and subscribe. We'll go all meta and shit. You can still leave mean comments, though. Please leave a mean comment. For real, I found Saber when he was doing general animation stuff. Had no idea he was a brony until later. I bet it was fun while it lasted. I might still do it, but probably nicer. And if you want your name read out at the end of a video, become a molding member. I will actually make a video soon. I'm working on one over the weekend. I'll try and have something out next week. I dislike everyone's streams to be a contrarian. I think disliking streams is funny. And I like seeing the little dislike number. Okay, look. I'm exhausted. I'm sending you to Vlad. He's talking about Psy. Again, heads up, for those of you who are like aren't kind of into the more edgy stuff, Vlad is very edgy. Very edgy. I expect it to be quite mean, even by my standards. So I'm giving you that, like, warning. But go say hi to Vlad. It's good. It's a good lad, really. Okay? Thank you so much for hanging out. You guys are hyper-based as always. I really appreciate the support. And I will see you maybe over the weekend. Maybe something crazy will happen. There are loads of other things. I still want to talk about Bow Blacks. If not, I'm working on a video. And I will see you next week. Have a great weekend, y'all. Peace.